The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 312, being recorded on June the 28th, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, known as Jesus Walks Out. Today, I'm joined by my friend from Little Ohio, The Mayo. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, Jesus? How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing mighty fine, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine myself over here in Little Old Ohio.
Little Ohio. And from Big California and the West Coast, the best coast, our friend Henry Mayo, Gunny Chief. Welcome back, Henry. Welcome.
Hey, how are all of you guys doing today?
Howdy. I'm doing mighty fine.
I am doing well out here in big old California.
Big old California. You know, California is like the third largest economy in the world. Or some shit like that.
I always thought it was like number 7 or number 11.
Something like that. But I know it's like
number
like California itself is like one of the largest GDPs in the entire fucking world. Like bigger than most countries.
Well, I live, because like everything here, like where I live and even my business where I do is all basically grapes and wine. And if you go to the Southern Cal, it's all produce.
Yeah. California's GDP is $3.2 trillion as of 2019.
We got all the monies.
That's all the monies in California, eh? Oh, hey. Yeah, but welcome to the show, Californians, and welcome to the show, Little Ohioans, and everyone in between. Woo, welcome. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes, thumbs up on Stitcher, all that good stuff. Reviews on Google Podcasts as well. Horrible Gamers Podcast community is our close group. You can join on Facebook. It is a close group, so that means anything you post in the group stays in the group. And yeah, anyways, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon patrons at Patreon.
Patrons.
Hold on, I gotta log in again. God.
Where's the list? Get the
this
list
thing
out.
always logs me out and locks, and then we need to verify it's you.
I don't believe this, Gunny. Gunny, do you believe this? Because
we need to verify
I think he has to log in every time. I don't think he's ever prepared.
No, not for the Patreons. The most important people out there in our community.
I'm super prepared. I'm over here.
You get timed out, and then you can't log back in, and dual verification. And
Jesus, I'm going to make a list of our Patreons every week. I'm going to make a wallpaper engine out of it, and it's just going to scroll across your background on your desktop for you.
All right. Ooh, okay, we got right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Shout out to Robert Noble. Robert Noble. Thank you for being a Patreon machine. That is Boot Hill Bob.
Sean, I like that.
Sean Patrick. Thank you for being a Patreon machine. Chad, thank you for being a Patreon machine. Brandon Willier, thank you for being a Patreon machine. Veteraholic, Polo, Jake, Commandalorian. Fuck that one up again. Bill Garner II, MechMod, Native Lives Matters, Jesse Kraft, Porchapu, Nipron, The Mayo, Brian Capessa, Robbie Wheat, Adam Sunday, John Jerome, Evan Tanaka, and Jonathan Big D Ho.
Big D.
Thank you all for being Patreons. I love all of you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. All of you. Awesome motherfuckers. Yeah. All right. Anyways, you can go to Stitcher and sign up for a premium account. You can do that, Mayo. When you sign up for a premium account, you can get access to ad-free listening as well as exclusive content, all the exclusive content that Stitcher has to offer. But when you sign up, you can go monthly or yearly for $35 or $34.99 a year and $4.99 a month. But when you sign up, use promo code HorribleGamers, all caps, no spaces, to get yourself a free month of Stitcher Premium. Go right now. Get yourself a free month of Stitcher Premium. Use promo code HorribleGamers while signing up. And it'll support the show, and it'll support your wallet. Oh. You can support your wallet by buying a new wallet over at Redbubble, Mayo.
Yes.
Go over to Redbubble and search for horrible Gamers and buy yourself a wallet, Gunny. I don't even know if they sell wallets, but I'm just saying they will.
I need something to put all that money in.
All that money you're saving from the Stitcher. You head on over to Redbubble. You search Horrible Gamers in Redbubble, right? You can get yourself a mask. Get yourself a mask, a nice flask, a big flask for water, Gunny.
Or whiskey, in my case.
Or whatever. You get yourself some wall art, phone cases, stickers, clothing, acrylic blocks, bath mats, clocks, coasters, comforters, duvet covers, floor pillows, mugs, tapestries, throw pillows, everything. Fucking everything. Just a zipper pouch. What's a zipper pouch? I don't know, but I'm looking it up.
Isn't that like a man purse?
Yeah,
Not that I would know.
I'm
Nor have I ever
order
had
one
one.
and send it to Jesus. He can use that as a wallet.
There we go. Anyways, head on over to Redbubble and get yourself some HGP shit, man. Just go. Just fucking go.
Go do it. Click on it. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support. I like that hoodie. I'm gonna buy this zipped hoodie. It looks nice. I'm like looking at our own products here. I'm gonna buy some shit.
We need an HTP like a raincoat, rain jacket.
Look, Gunny, we got a hoodie.
HTP Slickers is what we'll call it.
We got a pullover hoodie and like a zip-up hoodie, and we got all kinds of shirts. Those shirts are endless possibilities with the shirts. We got cell phone cases, Gunny, soft and hard. That's what she said. And
I like
some pillows, some grocery bags, tote bag things, scarf. You want a
There's even
scarf?
a big floor pillow I seen the other day on there. That's pretty cool.
Any throw rugs? Not yet. Okay, we got to contact them on the throw rugs.
We got wood-mounted prints. We got posters, postcards. All kinds of things. iPhone wallet. If you want an iPhone wallet. And socks. And tall mugs and little mugs. All kinds of mugs. Go get yourself some HGP shit. We even got a journal. You can get yourself a journal so you can write in it.
Take notes from each show.
There you go.
Like I do.
You know what we should do, Jesus? We should do a new design. We should do a mug with the Emily name on it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about
shit.
it. That's the Emily mug.
Jonathan, you heard this now. Get on that shit. Emily's mug.
Emily's mug. There
Don't use the Starbucks logo. You got to use something similar to it though. And then make sure it says Emily's. You know how they write your name on the mug on the side? Just
there you go.
Emily.
It will be in cursive, Jonathan. You know what we're talking about.
Emily. He knows what we're talking. The motherfucker lives in Oregon. He knows what a coffee shop, how they write your name. He knows that shit.
It has to be unreadable.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen.
We're like doctors.
Let's get to talking about video games. With a quick shout out to Fowler and Tussex for the intro song to the podcast and the outro song this week. Thank you to Ricky for his music on the outro. I hope you liked it last week. I liked it last week. You guys liked it last week?
Thanks, Ricky. Thanks for being on.
Yes, good stuff.
It's Kung Fu. Anyways, let's talk about video games. What we've been playing this week. I've been playing some games. Y'all been playing some games. Guys and girls, I have gone back to play The Last of Us 2, and man, oh man, is the story developing. The story has taken a fucking turn. I don't know if I should even speak about this. It could be spoilery, but it's taking a turn. It's taking a turn.
You can't speak of spoilers because I've also been playing this game.
How far are you in it?
If I was to get, so I'm past. How do I say it? Like, is it Seattle? I've explored every area of Portland. So I'm past that. I got the fuel, and so now I'm in like the next section after that. I'm still with Dina. It's just me and her.
Are you at the theater yet?
No.
So you're way in the beginning of the game. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still early on. What would you say, 4 hours, 5? But I've been exploring a lot.
Maybe 2, 3. Yeah. So I'm pretty far into the game at this point. I feel like I'm near the end, but not quite there yet. I'm still developing the story. I'm in a section where... So this is not really spoilery. I guess you can skip the next minute if you feel like you want to really not hear anything about the game. I'll give you a 10-second warning. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, blah, 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 blah. All right, motherfuckers. Here we are. Here we are now. All right, Mayo. In the middle of the game.
All right.
You know you're playing as Ellie. You know who Ellie is, right?
I know the name. I've heard the name a lot.
Ellie is Ellen Page. She's the main character you see on the cover. The girl, not the little girl, but
right.
she's like the lady now, I guess. She's in the game. You're playing as her, and the whole point of the game is you're trying to get revenge because the wolves came to Jackson, where you and Joel were living with Joel's brother, and Joel is your like dad, you know, the guy that took care of Ellie in the first game. And so they came to Jackson and they killed Joel. And the wolves used to be the Fireflies, and the Fireflies were like this group in the first game. They were kind of like terrorists. So there was like the military had these control zones, right? And the Fireflies were like they were kind of like rebels against the military. Like they would like blow up checkpoints and like kill off soldiers and steal supplies from the military. And they were kind of like a rebel faction within like the safe zone of the cities that they had built, you know, because of the zombie outbreaks and shit. Anyways, when you know, in the first game, this is no spoiler. I guess this is spoilers for the first game, but in the first game, Joel, the main character, the guy you play as, who is the guy who takes care of Ellie now, his job, well, he was a smuggler, is what his job was. Like, as, you know, he was a person that would smuggle things in and out of the QZ zones or whatever, the quarantine zones. And his job was to smuggle Ellie across the country from, like, New York to, like, California. And his job was to get her to California to the Fireflies, because the Fireflies had this clinic or this hospital in California where they needed her to be delivered to, because they found out that she was immune to the zombies. Like, she could not get infected. So they were trying to make a cure, and you as Joel, your whole job is to get her there, like to get her there alive. So you go through like this whole like adventure with Ellie. You're learning about her. She doesn't have any parents or whatever. Like you kind of learn her background, and she's, you know, getting bonded to you, and you're bonding with her or whatever. Anyways, at the end of the game, for the first game, you get to the hospital. You know, all is cool. You know, you get there. The Fireflies are all there. They got their military base set up. You get to the hospital, and as you hand her over to the Fireflies, you know, you're saying goodbye to her. She's all excited because she's like, she knows that she's immune, and she knows that she can help people. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know how she's going to help people, though. So as Joel finds out, you know, they're putting her to like sleep, you know, they're about to do surgery on her. He overhears one of the nurses or one of the doctors say that they're ready to kill her. Like they're going to kill her to get the cure, you know, like they have to, because there's something in her brain they have to get out of her brain, but it's all the way inside her brain. So they have to cut her skull open and pull it out of her brain to like get this cure thing. And she has to die. So Joel, of course, doesn't want her to die because, you know, he's been like, kind of like attached to her.
Right.
So he goes in there and kills the doctors and grabs her and escapes with her. And then when she wakes up at the end of the game, this when they're in Jackson. So now fast forward to now, 10 years later or whatever, or 7 years later or whatever the fuck, however long it's been since 2013. You and Ellie are living in Jackson, and Jackson is the city that was seen at the end of the first game, and you're living there with your brother, Joel's brother or whatever, and the wolves came all the way to that city because they're looking for Joel to kill him, because they want revenge because the fact that he fucked over humanity, you know, to save this girl. So they want revenge and they want to kill him. Luckily, the wolves find him right in the beginning of the game. It's kind of crazy how they run into him. But they kill him by beating his head in with like a golf club. Like they legit beat him to fucking death, like Negan style in The Walking Dead. They're fucking beating him with the golf club, and they kill him in front of Ellie. But they let Ellie live, and they let Ellie's brother, or Joel's brother, live. But then, of course, Joel's brother and Ellie head on over to Seattle, to Washington, to find these fucking assholes that killed Joel. Well, now fast forward to this game. We're still in the spoiler section now. In this game, you play as Ellie for the first half of the game, and then there's a point in the game where the girl who killed Joel that Ellie is after, instead of Ellie finding her, she comes and finds you, Ellie. She comes and finds Ellie, and now she has you at gunpoint. She kills off your friend or whatever that's with you. She has Ellie at gunpoint, and then the story switches over, and it flashes back to Abby's side of the story, which is super cool to me. That now is telling her story. Like, it shows her and her dad at the hospital 10 years before or whatever, and her dad was the doctor, the only doctor in the world that was alive that could find the cure for this disease, the zombie shit. He was the doctor that was going to operate on Ellie that Joel killed in the operating room as Abby's dad. So that's why Abby wanted revenge so badly on Joel, because first off, he killed her dad. You know, he killed him in cold blood, and he fucked over humanity. And they know that. You know, they know that there was this girl that had a fucking, immunity, and they were trying to get this fucking cure, and they were going to have the cure. The cure was done. Like, they just needed this thing from her. And he fucked everybody over, So this,
so it's that sacrifice one person for all humanity kind of thing.
So now Abby's is showing her story and her and honestly, dude, I thought Abby and those fucker assholes were a lot of pieces of shit. I thought they were all fucking fucked up, because in the beginning it seems very brutal. They come in and they kill Joel, and just fucking kill him, like beat him to death. I'm telling you, they beat him to death. They don't shoot him or anything. They just fucking beat him to death, and he's gurgling blood and fucking beating him and shit, and he's fucking suffering. But I get it now, because it's this motherfucker did fuck over the entire human race for one person, It's okay, I get that. But at the same time, I like Abby's friends and her group better. Her group, it seems like they're just survivors, when you're playing as Ellie, it seems like they're the bad guys, right? But then as you're playing as Abby, it's no, we're the good guys. You guys are the bad guys, Ellie is the bad guy, you guys are the bad guys because you're coming in here killing us. So it's a pretty cool twist to the game. I'm not done with it yet, so I don't know how it really ends up at the end, but I'm excited to see where it goes. It's totally hooked me in.
Nice.
And there's these guys they're called the Scars, but that's the nickname that some people call them, but they're the Seraphites, and the Seraphites are this cult. So there's the Wolves. The Wolves are the part of the group that Abby is with. They're these survivors, are a military militia type group. There's Ellie's group. There's Ellie is just Ellie and her friends. And then there's the Seraphites. They're another group within the Washington, Seattle area that the Wolves are always fighting with. The Wolves and the Seraphites are always fighting. The thing about the Seraphites is the Seraphites are surviving based on this religion. They follow this lady who is teaching them about the old world or whatever, and how they can't use old technology. So if they find scissors or knives or hammers on the ground, they can't use that. They only use bows and arrows and shit. They craft their own weapons, and they whistle. When they communicate, they whistle to each other. So when if you're walking through a forest and you hear whistling, these motherfuckers are around and they'll fucking shoot arrows at you, and they're super sneaky. They'll sneak up on you and grab you and try to kill you and all this shit. So that's the main enemy of the Wolves. And Ellie runs into them too. They try to kill Ellie too. It's they both just try to kill anything that gets into their territory. And so now you're kind of learning the story about the Wolves, about the Seraphites, about Ellie and them. So it's kind of a big fucking circle, Mayo. If everyone, it seems to me everyone's just trying to survive.
Right.
Everyone thinks they're the good guy, but who really is the good guy?
Perspective thing, it's from our perspective, we're doing what we feel is just, and this other group is what they feel is just, and
exactly.
I get it.
So it's a pretty cool thing, it's that, it's a perspective thing, the Seraphites believe that their leader, there's the religious lady that they're praying to and they're following her, they believe she knows the truth, the way of peace and shit, and the wolves think like, no, we know the way that we need to survive and we need to team up together. We need to all live together and everyone works for their shit. You know, everyone works together to survive. You know, everyone does their part and everyone will survive. And then there's like Ellie's group that's like, fuck, these motherfuckers killed Joel. We need to go and kill these guys, you know? So it's like everyone's trying to do their own thing. I'm excited to see where it goes, man, because this game is dark, Mayo. Like I said before, the zombies feel really real. And like, there's been so many moments in the game where it's just tense, dude, where like you're all of a sudden you're backed into a corner and you got fucking zombies raining at you from everywhere. And like, the game does a good job where like you're shooting your last fucking bullet and you're like, okay, this is it. I gotta go to like my fist to start punching things. And like all of a sudden it gives you like an out and you like barely escape with your life. You know what I mean? So, so there's that. I
find that hard sometimes. Sometimes I don't enjoy the games that have that mechanic where you have so few bullets, you don't want to use them.
Yeah,
you know, you're like, I remember Resident Evil being that way. Where you're just like, oh, if I use these 7 bullets that I have, then where do I find more?
Yeah. You know? Yeah, but like I said before, the game has very cool like accessibility options and difficulty options. You can always turn up the resources or turn them down or turn them up or turn them down or how stealthy you really need to be. You can turn that up or turn it down. So yeah, there's really cool zombies in the game. There's like these one zombies these are the ones I hate the most, really. Because they're kind of like sneaky zombies. They're like I think they're called hunters, and they like sneak. They like don't make any noise. So like when you usually in the game you have this ability where you crouch and you start listening, and you can see the silhouette of like the different people walking in zombies. But these fuckers, the hunters, you don't hear them. You know, you cannot see their silhouette. So like all of a sudden you'll be walking through a hallway and you see like this thing flash like something run across the door. You're like, oh fuck, what the fuck was that? Was that a zombie? And then all of a sudden you'll like be walking and the fucker will run up behind you and grab you and they start fucking attacking you and they're like super sneaky and they're super quick. And they're very like they'll run away from you. They don't directly confront you. They'll like just sneak up behind you and try to grab you. And they're pretty good at it too.
I won't say where, but I remember saying somebody in one of our groups saying that they was surprised by a zombie and they said that was not cool. You know, like I'm not going to say where because I'm sure it's a predetermined thing, but they were like, that's not cool.
Yeah, man. The game though, it's just a lot of fun, dude. It's kind of incredible, you know. It's kind of funny. The other day, my kid came over and she wanted to play Beat Saber, so she turns on the PS4, right? And of course, the PS4 was on The Last of Us. And I kind of just sat here and I was watching her. I'm like, I want to see what she does. So like she like launched it. She's like, whoa, what is this? You know, and I'm like in this section where you have to sneak around and kill all these bad guys. And she's like, what game is this? I'm like, this is The Last of Us. And she's like, huh. She's like, what are you supposed to do? And, you know, she's like, because there's no HUD or nothing, you know, the game is just like a screen, you know, it just shows Ellie there. And she's like, what are you I'm like, you're supposed to sneak past those bad guys. And she's like, huh. Okay. So, like, she started playing. She got killed by the dog right away. She's like, oh, that dog got me. And then she kind of started, like, learning and picking it up right away. I was, like, surprised kind of how quickly she was able to pick up a lot of the mechanics. She's like, okay, how do you pull out your gun? How do you pull out this? How do you do that? How do you distract them? And then it was funny just watching her reaction. Like, I don't think she's ever played a game that looks that real because she was like, whoa. She was like, those people look real. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, they look like real people. She's like, is that dog real? She's like, that thing looks so real. She was just funny seeing her reaction to like the graphics, you know. It's like, that's fucking awesome. You're seeing like somebody's reaction to like seeing those types of graphics for the first time almost, and you're like, what the fuck? You know, like that looks so good. It's just kind of hilarious.
I've had you two on mute for the last 10 minutes, so I'm over all the spoiler stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Good. So, yeah, I haven't run into any hunters yet. So, probably because I'm still early on in the game.
Oh, yeah, you'll run into them. It's like a section of the game. You'll run into them eventually. You kind of run into all the zombies eventually. They do a pretty good job of, like kind of like introducing you to some of them. You know, there's some really fucking crazy zombies, and there's some really, like, kind of whatever zombies. But, yeah, the game is super dark, and everyone's dying left and right, and it's kind of sad sometimes, and yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, Mayo. I'm sad.
Yeah, and I can't believe how quick some of it comes up, and just all this, like, not all of a sudden, but it's very, like, it just moves so fast in some sections, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. No, literally, like, some people just die, and you're like, holy fuck, that was like a main character. How the fuck did they just killed this guy off like nothing? What the fuck? But it goes to show, like, the game is saying, like, look, people can just die no matter how important or how big that person was in the story. They can just die. You know, it's just
I like
you're
shows that
fucking
do
dead.
that or games that do that.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's why.
it's like Game of Thrones here. What's going on?
It's like what I liked about Game of Thrones. Where I was about to say that, where like they just kill off anyone. You never know who the fuck is gonna die or who's not gonna die. You know, it's just keeps you on the edge of your seat almost. But yeah, this game is very good about that too. Like characters that you think are like main characters, you find they're just dead. A bullet to the head. It's like, oh, whoa, that guy's dead now. Holy shit, that was kind of crazy, you know. But yeah. Anyways,
No reload on that checkpoint. It's
no, it's
a
just
done deal.
it's a done deal. It's a cutscene. You're fucked. Other than that, though, man, you know how last week I bought Titanfall 2 on the PC. Yeah. I ended up playing Titanfall 2 for a while this week. So I've been playing quite a bit of that. I'm back in my Legion. I love Legion as a Titan. Been playing it on the PC, getting 144 frames. There's something really weird about this game, though. Even though I have a 2080 Super, even though, you know, one of the best graphics cards out here, there's a thing about this game where if you turn on because you know how you can set in the game how much VRAM you want to use.
Yes.
And you can put like 2 gigabytes, 4, 6, or 8. And I think 8 is the insane preset. So I was obviously maxed everything out to like insane.
Right.
The game was running perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of a match, my frames went from 145 or whatever to 5, literally 5. Like it was like a slideshow. Like it would stop, and so I'm like, what the fuck? And like, it would do it for like the whole match, the rest of the match, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I know it's not my connection. I know it's not my graphics card. What the fuck is going on? So I Googled it real quick. Apparently, the game has an issue with newer graphics cards that if you put the preset of the VRAM, no matter how much RAM your card has, you put it to insane, the game will stutter on the PC. You have to keep it at high or lower to let the game run smooth. And I'm like, that makes absolutely no fucking sense. But sure enough, I turned it to high. I turned it down to high. Haven't had an issue since, so I don't know.
No insane for you, my son.
I guess not. It's kind of lame, but other than that, the game runs good.
I was going to ask if it plays a lot better than what you remember on the console.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot like it, but it's a lot. The textures are a lot crisper. They look nicer. It doesn't look because from what I remember from the console, the textures were kind of like. They had like this blurry look over them. In this PC version, they look sharper. Obviously, everything is clean, and the game runs incredibly fucking good. Like it's at 144 all the time, just all the time. Like it doesn't drop ever. No matter, there could be 7 fucking Titans fighting it out in the screen, and gunshots and smoke and grenades and fucking. All kinds of shit, and the game is just going. Like, it doesn't fucking slow down. It just constantly runs smooth. Except for that, when you turn on the fucking insane bullshit, that does slow it down.
Go down to the extreme.
Other than that, it looks fucking good. Like, it just runs good, it plays good, and I love that fucking game. That multiplayer, so underrated, dude. Like, that shit is so fucking good. Like, everything about that multiplayer is amazing. The sliding, the wall running, the grapple hooks, the going invisible, the ejecting out of your Titan, jumping into your Titan. Like, there's no better feeling, dude, than when you're about to get your ass kicked by a bunch of Titans and you run and you call down your Titan and stand by for Titanfall, and the fucker comes down and you fucking grapple hook into that motherfucker and your Titan grabs you. It's like transferring mode to transferring fucking autopilot to fucking pilot control to pilot or whatever the fuck. And then the fucking welcome back, and then you fucking the screen comes up and you're fucking fighting 2 Titans, and then you eject a nuclear ejection and everything blows up around you, and Oh man, it's fucking amazing. I fucking love this game, dude.
It just sucks, man. It just sucks so much that it had to come out at the same time as Battlefield
that
and the holiday and Call of Duty was out and everything else, and it just got pushed down.
This game is so fucking good. The multiplayer is amazing, Mayo.
Yeah, I just find it interesting that the game kind of has picked up, pardon the pun, Steam since it's come to Steam. You know, like it's been on Origin forever, and you could have gotten it on Origin at any point in time.
Yeah.
And you didn't. And then it comes to Steam, and it's on sale for $10, which is great. But I'm sure Origin it's included in the Origin Pass. People could have been playing then. But there's something to be said about that Steam environment, the amount of players on Steam and stuff like that. I think it really opens a game up and
this
it has a bigger online community that way.
This is incredible, man. Like the matches are nonstop. Like I could find a match quickly, dude. Like attrition, boom, boom, you're in. You're fucking in. You're playing with new players, old players, and I don't know if you guys saw my screenshot that I posted in the Facebook group, but that was my very first match. I actually was able to kill like a bunch of Titans, and I think I got first place on my team, and we won. So I was like, fuck yeah. It was like I was like amazed how great it fucking ran. Yeah, right now as we're speaking, there's 10,000 players on the PC version on Steam itself, and there's probably more from Origin because there is crossplay between Steam and Origin. So I did notice that I was running into players that were like level 100 or whatever the fuck, and they were like Gen, because you could read Gen, which is like a prestige. They were like Gen 9s or Gen 10s, and I was ready. These guys were fucking good. Some of them were really good. I was like, holy shit. Like one guy, he was rocking a Kraber, which is the sniper rifle, and those things are one-hit kill. Like no matter if they shoot you in the leg, on the arm, it's one-hit kill. And these motherfuckers are obviously playing on the PC, so they can aim with these things so good. Like they're just jumping and boom, jumping, boom. And I'm playing with the controller and I'm trying to shoot these guys with the machine gun. These assholes would turn around on me and just fucking shoot me once, and I'm dead. And I finally. One guy, he killed me like 3 times, man. He fucking just shot me. And I saw his name, and I looked at the scoreboard. And this motherfucker's number 1 on their team. I'm like, that's my goal. I'm gonna break this guy's neck. And because you could do like cool, you could do like really cool executions. If you sneak up behind somebody, you can like hold down the melee button, and your pilot will like grab him and like break their neck, or like kind of like Call of Duty executions, or like I think that's where Call of Duty got it from Titanfall. You have different styles of executions for the different characters. Anyways, sure enough, I found where this guy was sniping from. I fucking snuck up there and I went up behind him and I fucking broke his neck. I was like happy. I was like, I won the match. I fucking won the match. I could lose anything.
He had his space.
I was like, anything else can happen in this match, and I won't even care anymore. And I think I actually ended up breaking his neck twice. Because I know I broke 2 people's necks in that match. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I felt so good. Like, those executions are the best in that fucking game. They feel just as satisfying as they do in Call of Duty when you're able to sneak up on somebody and just fucking break their neck. I feel like in Titanfall, though, it's way easier to sneak up on somebody because there's so much shit always going down. There's like fucking, the ships that are dropping off the little minions, the AI. There's the Titanfalls coming in. There's fucking, the Titans fighting. There's all kinds of fucking shit always going on in that game. But yeah, man, I gotta say, Jonathan, I wish you had a PC, dude, because Titanfall 2 is fucking going pretty strong right now on the PC, and I know really
what Jonathan wished there was crossplay.
I do too. I wish there was crossplay between the consoles, at least, between the Xbox and the PlayStation.
That, right? At least between the PlayStation
you would,
and the Xbox.
You would increase the player count to at least 5,000 or 6,000. Because the sad part is on the Xbox, it's like every time Jonathan reads the numbers, I'm like, dude, like just stop, Jonathan. Just fucking stop.
It's so sad,
right?
Yeah.
It's like depressing, It's like some depressing ass fucking news. It's like reading the stock market in the fucking Great Depression. Like, today we're down 20,000 points, and today this company went bankrupt.
4 soup kitchens just opened.
Today there's one place a person playing Titanfall.
Yeah, it's fucking sad,
Jonathan
man.
Biggie Hall, there it is, right there.
Jonathan is the only person. You're the only person playing Titanfall today. Congratulations. Oh man, it's kind of sad, but But yeah, on the PC, it's going pretty strong, so I'm glad to see that it's doing that. Speaking of the PC, I also went and played some more Star Wars Battlefront 2. And that game, like every time I launch that game, the characters, it looks like I can't believe this is a game. Like I honestly can't.
Did I remember correctly? Does that have RTX support? Ray tracing?
No, but it has HDR and shit, and my monitor has that, so
Maybe
yeah.
it's
Yeah, definitely HDR on the console.
There was like a demo, wasn't there, or something? And they showed like
I think there
helmet,
was.
and there was like the reflections in the helmet and stuff like that. And that's why I was thinking they had it.
But even without that, Mayo, dude, this
yeah,
thing,
I have it.
My fucking God,
I need to
dude,
install it.
Like you, even today, even the other day, I was playing it, and I sent a picture to Iams and Brink in the chat, and I was like, look at Darth Maul. The motherfucker looks real. He's like on the main menu looking at you. That is fucking Darth Maul from the movie. That motherfucker is real. And then even playing like a match, we were playing in like I forget what match it was. We were the clones. We were fighting the stupid robots. And then we switched sides. And then we switched sides to the robots, and we were fighting the drones. And it's funny because at the beginning of the match, like for some reason, the Steam players always like to chat. They're always chatting, so obviously the chat's going. And there was somebody that said, "All right, good luck, boys." You know, like the other team was like, good luck on the next match." And then I put Roger, Roger. Everybody on my fucking team was like, Roger, 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 Roger. It was fucking hilarious watching everybody on my team reply Roger, Roger. But just watching the gameplay and the shootouts and like going down these hallways and the fucking, it looks like a movie, man. I'm like, I can't believe this game is like a couple years old already. I just cannot believe that this looks this good. And we're seeing games coming out nowadays that don't even look this fucking good. Like DICE. They really, that engine, I think it's Frostbite 3 they used for the game, or maybe they used something else. But I'm pretty sure it's Frostbite.
They always use
but
Frostbite.
whatever the fuck, they did with that engine and those graphics, they got to do that with the next Battlefield game, dude. Because it looks like real, like it looks like you're in a Star Wars movie, man. And then like all the little new characters they have like Darth Vader, and they have like BB-8, and they have like the Resistance, and they have like the Empire, and they have the First Order. So they got like Kylo Ren and those motherfuckers. They got Darth Vader and shit. So they got like the different eras of Star Wars all in this game now, and all these different characters you can just see, and it looks so fucking good. I'm like this is incredible. Like it really does blow my mind. Like don't even think I'm overhyping this and then say it's bullshit. Just go to YouTube and watch gameplay of somebody playing this on like a 2080 or a 2070 card on max settings, and you will know what the fuck I'm talking about. It looks like real life.
Yeah, Jesus, you or I we should one of these days just stream it, and just that way people can see it.
Like the fucking, just the way the map details and everything, like when you're running in the desert, like the desert maps, and you're running in there as a stormtrooper or whatever, your fucking armor gets dusty, like the dirt that you're kicking up. Next thing you know, your legs are covered in dirt, or like if you're running through a mud, your character will be covered in mud all of a sudden or whatever, and it's like little details like that I'm like, holy shit, they got like all the details right. I'm amazed by that fucking game. I really
I want
am.
to play the Ewok mode.
It's still there. It's fucking good. Now with all these new player counts, it's like constantly like going like all these you can constantly find matches, dude.
I know a while back this is probably over a year ago now, when I kind of got back into it for a little bit. Mm-hmm. I wanted to play the Ewok mode. I couldn't get into matches. Nobody was playing it at the time. But now I'm seeing people stream it and stuff like that. So I know there's matches going on and stuff now. So I'm like, I want to get in and try that, because I never got the opportunity to try that mode. But it looks really fun. Sitting there with that little flashlight, and you're in the dark as a stormtrooper, and you hear the Ewoks are all coming at you.
I haven't played that mode. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, and so it's basically, you got to try to survive, and the Ewoks try to kill you, so that other players are Ewoks, and they can see in the dark, and they can see you. Mm-hmm. And stormtroopers, you have guns, and you got to try to shoot them and keep them away. And there's a drop ship that comes and gets you, and you have to make it to the drop ship. Yeah. But when you die, you become an Ewok. Mm-hmm. So there's more and more Ewoks and less stormtroopers. So you got to try to survive.
Yeah, I think it starts off with like 1 or 2 Ewoks at the beginning of the match. At the beginning of the match, they're all stormtroopers, and it kind of shows you where everybody's at. Like it outlines everybody on the map, and then as soon as you turn into an Ewok, like it'll say this player became an Ewok, and then it'll be like, oh, now you have to run around and find the first person to kill. And it gets pretty wild. It's because as a stormtrooper, everything is pitch black. Like literally everything is pitch black, and all you can really see is that flashlight in front of you, that little circle where your flashlight is flashlighting or lighting up or whatever. But the thing is, if you turn on your flashlight, you're more noticeable by the fucking Ewoks. You know, like they can see that. Hey, there's a fucking flashlight over there. I'm gonna go over there and find this guy. You know, so it's kind of creepy.
And the next thing you turn around, there's an Ewok right there. You're like, oh my gosh!
And they can throw these dust pouches at your face and like like stuns you, so you get all fucking disoriented as a stormtrooper. You don't know where the fuck you're going. But yeah, it's so good. It's so good. That mode is really fun.
Sounds like Escape.
Yeah, it's something like that. Something like that. Kind of like Infected, almost like Halo.
Okay,
Infected.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. More like.
I was gonna say it's kind of like that mode in Apex. Remember they did the Halloween mode where you were.
Yep, that's exactly.
You had the
mode.
Survivors, and then people when you died, you would become one of those. You were like a ghost kind of thing.
Ghost or whatever. Yeah. That I still remember that mode. The fucking trolls. I fucking loved it. Oh, I fucking missed that mode. I remember that mode. I was stuck in a room one time and I had the gas traps. So like, I gas trapped all the entrances so they couldn't get in there. But they were standing outside the window, just like trolling me. They were like all just like literally like 20 fucking ghosts were just standing at the window, just like crouching and like they're like teabagging the window and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like doing their emotes and shit. Like motherfuckers.
We want in.
Wait for you to come out.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, they were just waiting for me to leave the room because the circle was gonna come anyways. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Oh man. But what else? What else did I play this week? So I played all that. Played some Last of Us, some Beat Saber. Mayo, my kid is getting really good at Beat Saber, dude. She is getting really good at like.
It's a kid thing. I'm telling you.
Like
my
daughter,
she's
good.
killing it.
Yeah, like what was it? The other day she was playing one of the songs and she put it on expert and she was able to keep up. I'm like, I'm kind of surprised you're able to keep up with that fucking song at the expert, you know? And she was like, yeah, I just got to practice more. I'm like, okay, you keep doing that then. But yeah, Beat Saber is a fun fucking game for everyone. I think that game is fucking incredible. Everyone should play that game. But what else have I played? What else have I played? That's really it, man. Other than that, just been really doing nothing else but playing just those games. Right now, the Steam sale is going on.
Anything good on there that got your eye?
Not really. Yeah, the problem is that a lot of the shit that goes on sale I already played or don't have any interest in playing.
Yeah, for me, a lot of it's games I go back and pick up ones I passed on at the time. You know, I passed on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I'm thinking about picking that one up. You know,
that one's pretty good.
Just to play it on the PC. You know, I think it's only $20 right now for the definitive edition, which was like the $100 version.
Wow.
So they have it on sale for like $20. So I thought about picking that one up. You know, like Titanfall, I thought about picking up Titanfall because I did skip on Titanfall also because it like Gunny, I was playing Battlefield.
Yeah.
You know, so. And then I was also, what else came out at the same time? Oh, Call of Duty, right? I was trying
I don't know
that
what
beta.
there was something else that came out around that same time, like a week before or something. It might have been Call of Duty a week before.
Yeah,
there was something else. I can't remember what it was either.
Yeah. But no, but I was thinking about maybe picking up Hitman. Because if you buy Hitman 2 right now, like the gold edition, I think it's like $29. You get Hitman 1 and 2. And I know Hitman is one of the games that has ray tracing. It's like one of the first games that ever had it. So there's that one.
For me, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that Tropico 6. It's $29.99. But I believe with a lot of these games, of any purchase over $30, they're giving you a $5 coupon.
Yeah.
Or save an additional $5. So really, it's $25.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any of the other Tropical games?
Yeah, 5.
You played 5. You probably played 6. That's the way I look at Tropical. They never, to me, have never really changed much.
They never changed. No, like not even from the like
No,
when you
but
played Tropical
graphically,
3.
it looks a lot better than 5. I played 5 like I don't know 6-7 months ago, and I was like, oh man, it just looks so dated, even on PC.
Yeah.
Especially on console. It looks
Go back
dated.
and play Jurassic World.
Yeah, there you go. Jurassic World or
Get that builder itching.
yeah. I actually was thinking about Tropical 6 today too, Gunny, because I saw it right now on the sale too earlier. And I was like, should I buy that? And and what I thought about was like, I should go play City Skylines instead.
See, that's what I would end up doing, that would probably be it. I'd probably buy that and then just go play 10 hours of City Skylines. But I haven't played Cities in a while, actually. It's been like almost over 2 weeks.
Damn.
That's
Jesus mentioned
really,
it. Gunny's gonna be playing it tomorrow. He's like, I need to get back into that game.
Mentioned. Yeah, I'll be playing it for the next 2 weeks.
We almost broke his addiction.
No, guys,
Jesus.
I've been just stuck on that Mud Runners, Snow Runners game.
You've been playing Mud Runner for the past 2 weeks, Gunny. What the fuck?
Snow Runner. No. Actually, no. So actually, no. I guess now now that we know what I'm been playing. No, I didn't turn the Xbox on really all week. I just played The Last of Us 2. That's what I've been getting into.
So what's your take on it? What do you think so far? And don't spoil for Jesus. I don't want you to spoil anything for him over there.
No, I had YouTube muted, so whatever Jesus spoke about during those 7 to 10 minutes, I didn't have my headphones in.
Right, so we can, our listeners can mute this part of the show too. So
no. I really don't have any spoilers. I'm not going to give any out
darn
because
it.
I'm still early on in the game.
My grand scheme thing is to try to get you guys both muted throughout the whole episode, and you can just listen to me at the beginning of the show. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll spoil the beginning of the game. I'm kidding, guys. No spoilers here. But so far, so back on the PS3, I remember I bought this game and I only played a couple hours of it, but I have watched streams over the last couple years. Streams, YouTube videos. So I kind of know like most of the story from The Last of Us 1. So I'm kind of that way I knew I could be prepared for number 2. And so far, number 2, it looks really good. Especially the story. I mean, the combat's really fun. I'm really enjoying that. And another thing that I find, like, I'm exploring like every little area that I can find. For example, like, you get to a section and you get this map and, it's got question marks on it and you can go to each one. And I mean, they're not the most intriguing thing, but at least you uncover what's there, whether you're collecting, weapons parts or whatever it is to upgrade, your weapon or get, health packs or something like that. In the meantime, you might be running into an infected, you can fight them, sneak around them.
Yeah. Do you find the pace of the game kind of slow? I remember Jesus kind of saying it's kind of like Red Dead. It kind of has a slower pace. I mean, not saying it's not fun, but it does have that slower pace. And do you enjoy that? Or?
And I think we've heard everything from critics to, oh my gosh, it just has this dull gameplay in between this wonderful story. And I just keep thinking like, go watch. There's probably like a YouTube compilation of just story. So yeah, for those of you that just want the story, perfect. Go to YouTube and it's all probably tied in together for something like that. No, but for me, I don't know yet, but I know what you're saying. I have experienced games where I'm like, fuck, it's just, it's way too much gameplay in between story that I want. But I can't say that yet until I'm, probably 10 hours into it more to see that.
Is this game going to make you a PlayStation fanboy? Is it going to pull you away from your Xbox?
No, I'm still an Xbot. I still consider myself an Xbot. Yeah, but no, I do. I'm just glad I can. So for me, guys, like I rarely ever watch movies, TV shows, things like that. Something really that has a great story. I only have time for video games. So that's really all I ever do. So I think it's nice for me to sit down and play a game like this that has an awesome story.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's engaging. And so far, it's really pulling me in. So one of the things is, not so much a spoiler here, but there's there's a woman named Abby, and I'm just like, who the hell is she? You know, is she from the first one? I don't remember. What's going on here?
I know all
What
about
the
Abby
hell?
now.
Uh-huh.
I said,
No,
I know
I guess-
all about Abby now.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't hear anything that Jesus said, if he even spoke about her. So, yeah, and that's just like, okay, I cannot wait to meet this Abby person, or or play as this person, or whatever it might be, and how she ties into the story.
It's super cool, man. Like the way they tie it all together, from what I've seen so far, it's a pretty cool twist and a pretty cool story. Like I wasn't expecting it, and it happened, and I was like, "Whoa, that's fucking cool."
Yeah, I stayed away from spoilers, and I think I'm pretty good with staying away from stuff. Like, for example, if I go to Twitter, I think I saw Nipron maybe commenting on somebody's Twitter post, or he put something, and I immediately was like, this might be a spoiler. So I just continued to scroll through, because I really just want to experience it for myself. Again, going back to the exploration, Jesus back in Portland, I think there's like one area, it's driving me nuts that I couldn't get into. There's the one place where I think I want to go back to and open this safe, because I just want to see what's inside there. I did everything else except for that one thing. I got the trophy for it because I explored it, but I didn't get the loot or whatever was in there. I was like, damn it. It's driving me crazy. I feel like I want to maybe load up an old save or something. Not that I'm going to do that. If I did go back, I would definitely go back and see what's inside there. I'm playing on baby mode, guys. So the combat's pretty easy. Now there is, like Jesus spoke about last week and probably today, there's like 4 different levels of just difficulty, right? Along with so many other different options that you can change. And I noticed there's a toddler mode.
So I was just going to say, have you noticed this new trend you see in games now, where it's like you can see these difficulty modes, and there's a mode in there that says basically you just want to play the game and progress the story. Like it's like the easiest setting, and it's like, I just want to experience the story. That's kind of the mode you're on.
Well, that's always been a thing, right? I think.
So you're in toddler mode? Is that what you're telling us, Gunny? You're playing toddler mode?
No, I'm playing baby mode, not infant mode.
Okay.
But I looked at that and I was like, no, I don't think I started to cry a little bit, and I was like, no, I'll just stick with baby mode. No need to dock it down to infant mode. So that's where I'm at. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to stay right where I'm at, because there are kind of where I'm at in the story, and I'll come up to an area and I'm like, holy crap, there's people like right here. I didn't even notice, like, and I ended up dying. I'm like, oh, because there's somebody on the roof. There's 4 people here to my left. There's 3 in front of me. And I'm like,
how
okay.
Does this game handle the different modes? Do you guys know? So, some games will change the difficulty of the AI. Some games will give you more items, I guess, more bullets, more resources. Do you guys know what it affects when you change difficulty?
Everything. You can, like I told you before, you can literally go in there and change like how aggressive is my AI partner? Like, are they going to be super like aggressive and go after enemies and kill them for me, or are they going to be super laid back and like let me do all the killing? Or stealth. Are enemies going to notice me easier, or is it going to take a lot more for them to notice me, or will they notice me at all until I sneak up behind them? You can resources. You can put like, I want a lot of resources. I want all the health kits, all the ammo, as much as I can get. And the game will be like, okay, we'll put all the health kits and all the ammo you can get out there for you. Or you could put like how aggressive the enemies are themselves. Like you can put the enemies are super aggressive. They'll come hunting for you down, and they'll get like they're pretty keen on where your location is. Like if you shot a bullet from over here, they're going to go to that area, and they're all going to sweep down, and they're all going to come in and try to find you in that one area. So it's like there's like 6 different settings that you can toggle, that you can switch between. And then like one of them is, like I said, it's resources, enemies, your friendly AI, your health damage, like how much damage your character takes from the enemies when you get when you get shot or when you get struck, how much like health goes down on your health bar. And there's something else, like something about the zombies or the clickers or the noise or some shit. So there's like 5 different settings you can change. So you can completely have it custom, Mayo, or you can have it to where like you can just pick a preset like medium, hard, easy, super easy. So it's all up to you, really. Like if you, Gunny, say you're playing on baby mode, but you feel like you want more of a challenge from the zombies or whatever, you can turn that up to be like, I want the zombies to be a little bit harder, so you turn up the enemies a little bit more. Or you feel like I need more ammo, so you turn up the resources, so you get more resources now. So it's all up to you, dude.
Yeah, because I see here, Mayo, it starts off with very light, toddler mode, light, which is what I'm playing on, baby mode. Then you've got moderate, hard, survivor, and then what Jesus was talking about really is the custom mode.
Yeah.
But I think, guys, I'm just going to stick with that light mode. Mayo, I just really want to stick. I want to finish the story.
If you want the story, then yeah, go with that.
Yeah. But I'm taking my time.
And two, I just see this new trend, is that being an option in the games now, which I guess is kind of nice. Like in Gunny's situation where you really want to see the story and maybe not get bogged down with a really hard challenge or get really stuck in an area and then lose that desire to play it,
Here, listen, here's what I think. I saw Nipron posted in the Discord group about Naughty Dog making this an option for the hearing impaired. I mean, how often do you hear about that?
Right.
That's cool. And hopefully, I think this is a start, and this kind of all ties in with difficulty modes and different things because, hopefully Ubisoft and Activision and Microsoft, all these people will see that, look what Naughty Dog's doing, let's kind of add in a lot more of these options. Not like, for example, like a Dead Soul or, Dark Souls game, but obviously that's going to be, it would be nice if they did have a baby mode for me. I'd play it, but yeah, more options, the better. So, and I'm just glad I can play on baby mode and not be called an infant. How about that?
There you go.
Toddler mode,
you
whatever
can
you want to call it.
proudly say you're not playing on the easiest difficulty, Gunny.
Hey, right? I'm a winner.
Yeah. And I'm not even playing the easiest difficulty, guys.
Yeah, I'm playing the one above.
And I'm getting through it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I love exploring in this game. Going into different houses, looking for loot. I'm all about it. And I did have a cool moment, guys, where what I talked about before with, sometimes I'll just walk up and if I'm not pressing the R1 key button on the controller, I'm like, like Jesus said, you can see the silhouettes of different enemies, whether they be the infected or human or whatever. And I just kind of walked into him one time and I know that Abby, she pulled out her pistol and just started shooting, and it just felt so natural, like it was an actual freaking gunfight. Like it tricked my brain for a minute, and I was like, whoa, I was blown away by it. And I was like, I can't believe, I just thought it was so cool, And I just sat there and watched her, and that's when some asshole came up and shot me right in the head. I was like, okay, oh man, it took, fuck. Damn it. I didn't know there was going to be enemies to the left, but it was such an awesome moment. I love it. The AI is really good in this game.
Yeah.
She hardly ever gets in my way. I don't ever feel like, she's glitching or, in my way or something. Haven't had that happen to me once. So I can't wait to play more, guys. Get through it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's awesome. And yeah, other than that, for what I've been playing, just Mud Runner, just trucking.
What are you doing then?
Snow Runner, right?
You're just driving through the snow, delivering shit?
No, so not only on the Alaska map. You get on the Alaska section. So, for example, in Michigan, where Epic Irk lives, apparently it's very swampy, and they don't have gravel. They don't have paved roads. Apparently, they do have them. They're just very few in between. It's mostly mud roads, and there is 4 Michigan. I think there's 4 maps in each city, or each town, and so 4 for Michigan. And what's the name of the second one? Wherever that is, and then the third one is Russia, whatever they call that one. Or obviously you got Alaska, then Russia. That's what it is. So each one has 4. So for example, you can just it'll say, hey, pick up a trailer, load it with bricks or wood or metal beams and take it over to the farmer's house. Or two, hey, take these supplies to the preacher's house. I don't know what a preacher's doing with supplies, but maybe he's getting ready for the apocalypse or something. But that's where the difficulty comes in, is how you get there. If you can get there with the vehicle that you have, maybe you have it unlocked.
Do you have a big map? Do you kind of plan out your route? You look at it and be like, okay, I want to go this way this time and see, and then you try to just handle whatever situation comes
exactly
to you.
Like that. Where I'll give an example where they have okay, obviously if you look at the map, right, you can just hit the select button on the controller at any time and it brings up the map, and you've probably done it. And you can say, yeah, I can go and take this route. It's going to take me a lot longer to get there. And yeah, I probably have enough fuel to make it there to drop off this load of bricks. But man, what if I cut through and use this other road that goes up and over the mountain? Can this truck make it? I mean, that's where you kind of set up challenges for yourself, I think, where it's like, hey, let's try it. But here's the thing, guys. So you have a truck, you have a trailer, okay? One of the things I think that's different from Mud Runner and Snow Runner, which makes this game better, obviously graphically it looks better. I don't know if it's got HDR, but it's definitely in 4K. It looks great. Is where, let's say you make it halfway there and you're like, shit, there's nothing I can do, You can you'd have to call in, you can go and change vehicle, but it has to be back at the garage, right? So then you can go back to the garage, get another vehicle, that's maybe better. Every vehicle has a winch, by the way. Take the second vehicle out there to rescue that vehicle, or maybe turn it back up over on its side.
It's on its side now, Jesus.
Yeah, or upside down, depending, right? It could be upside down.
Oh.
So, or the other thing you can do is you can hit the recover button. So basically it goes back to the garage, right? And it ends up leaving the trailer full of shit that you have right there. And the trailers, you cannot recover them. It doesn't work that way. You can only recover the vehicles. So yeah, it's kind of like that where you're like, God damn, I just wasted 30 minutes or something trying to get this load of bricks up and over this hill. So yeah,
you know what this game needs, Jesus?
What?
This game needs a lesson from Death Stranding, to where you could make pathways, and if you leave your trailer there, other people could come and see your trailer, and it'd be like,
that would be awesome.
Gunny was through here before and he couldn't make it. I could do better than Gunny, and then you could pass up the area and just be like, that's right, Gunny, I made through this area and you couldn't, and
that would be cool. You just brought up something that I thought would be really awesome for anybody that listens to this that's playing SnowRunner. And that is remember, how in a Dark Souls game where they leave signs? You can make it over this hill, leave a sign. That would be so awesome. And people will read that. Or you can say, go to the left.
Right.
And it just goes right over a cliff. Yeah. But there is co-op in the game. It's not like an automatic thing where you leave it open. I think you have to invite somebody. I have yet to play that because I don't know anybody that has this game on Xbox. And the other thing is too, for example, May, if you had the game, anything I do when I join your game, it just only helps you. But I think if I discover upgrades and discover vehicles, if I go to discover a vehicle, then I say, okay, that comes back to my garage or something like that. But I think it works for both of us. But any kind of progress works towards yours. But it's definitely, I can see it being fun co-op just from Twitch streams I watch. But yeah, it definitely brings joy to my inner child from playing Tonka trucks back in the day in the dirt. In the mud. That's it, guys.
Okay.
Jesus, I know it's coming soon. Should I pick up Death Stranding on the PC? Since I have not played it yet. It's coming out in July?
I thought it was, yeah. What, maybe, was
July
it August?
6th or something? No, it's this
Okay.
month or next month, yeah. It's a tough one, Mayo. I recommend the game because I fucking loved it so much, but at the same time, I don't know if you will.
Right. Because I'm not, I don't know. I'm not in love with the game, but I have watched it, and I thought it was interesting. And I think it'd be interesting to own. I guess to me, it's one of those games I feel like I just kind of have to have in my library. even though I may not completely play it through or whatever, I just I guess I collect in some games, and I feel like that game kind of just deserves to be in a library, just to have that game.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the game, and I thought that it was pretty fucking awesome. I just didn't like the ending, or part of the ending. But other than that, it was a pretty good game. Obviously, I spoke about it a lot. You know my feelings on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll like it or not. I don't even know if you'll even play it, Mayo. It's a long game. It's a long game,
yeah.
and it's very slow. Like
slower than Red Dead slow. I know.
Well, you just walk. I mean, half the time you don't even get into combat if you don't have to. Like most of the time you do not get into combat. You just avoid it. It's what you try to do, really. And you may or may not succeed in that, but or you can just kill everyone in the game, I guess, and deal with the outcome of traitors everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
kind of have an
into the US.
itch to play one of these. I don't know. I guess I could even call them a PlayStation game like right now. I had this itch to play Death Stranding a little bit. I have this itch to play Horizon when it comes out. And I've been like in the back of my mind, it keeps creeping up. I should reinstall Detroit Becomes Human and play through it.
I see that trending. That's one of my favorite games.
Really talk about it on the show much, but I feel like I want to dedicate some time into it and play it again.
Did you
That was a sleeper hit for me.
Yeah, did you finish that game, Gunny?
Yeah, oh yeah, man. When I fired that Detroit Become Human game up, I finished that sucker from start to finish. I loved it. Definitely one of my favorite games I've ever played.
I stopped when the one, not without giving anything away, but there's like one droid. He kind of wakes up and he's in the scrap pile.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Amazing.
It's kind of dark.
One of the most best parts of video game play I've ever played. But again, that just comes out from from what's that couple Twilight Zone
like this game.
TV show.
Gunny really liked this fucking game. Okay.
Yeah, loved it. Loved it.
I don't know, man. When does Horizon come out?
I don't think they've set a release date. It was leaked for a while there that it was going to come out in June. And then obviously that's wrong because here we are on the 28th and it's not out yet. But I guess it was leaked that AMD was doing a promotion. Like if you bought an AMD CPU or a GPU, I can't remember which one it was, but they were giving codes out for it.
Uh-huh.
But so they had speculation that it was going to come out really soon. But I do know AMD has done this before. I know when my son built his computer, his first one, he had bought an AMD graphics card and they gave him Division 2 before it was out. He had a code for it and it was just like a pre-order code. So I'm sure they just give you this pre-order code and you'll get the game whenever it comes out. But if I had to guess, I'm going to say within the next month or two. I mean, by what I've heard and read, but nobody knows. It's a lot of speculation because that's another one I definitely feel like I want to play. I've heard so much good about it. And a game like that, I feel like it would just probably look and run really well on the PC, just because the big open environment and the thing and the strengths of the PC are, your draw distance and your textures go further out. You have less pop in and stuff like that. So the game's going to look really good, I think, and this is going to be a fun game to play. And so I'm excited for that one.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, like, if that comes out soon, get that instead. You'll probably enjoy it more. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
But for me this week, you were done, right, Gunny?
Yeah, I'm finished. Yeah.
Starting off with a little bit older game. I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 5 this week, and I just kind of got into it a little bit, and I just started playing it. And I kind of wanted to benchmark it to see how well it ran on the PC. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stream this game, run it at 1440 max frames, ultra settings. And the game ran great. I was getting like 140, 150 frames while streaming.
Damn.
Playing it. And I'm like, this game is actually pretty fun. I'm enjoying it and just the randomness of things that happen. Well, then I had a couple people jump in the stream and they're going, they must have worked on this game. It looks way better than I remember it looking. And I'm like, not to sound like a Master Race guy over here, but it's probably because it's on PC and on ultra settings. Everything is turned all the way up. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but
you were.
Yeah, it probably does look a little bit better.
I got 180 frames per second.
And
Ultra
I
ray
have this
tracing.
new internet here too, so like the bit rate's nice and high. So the stream looked really good. When I'm going back looking at it, the play was really smooth and everything looks great on the stream. And yeah, I'm enjoying that game. So I did manage to beat one of the is it the brothers and sisters of? I guess
Yes.
Joseph Seed is the main bad guy.
Well, there's like 4.
So I ended up killing
Antagonist.
John Seed. I just stayed in one area and I worked on him, and he's the guy later on. Like he has the airplane. He kind of is in a church, and he carves your sins on your chest, and then he cuts it out. He's like, you say yes and agree, and there's a guy with you, and he writes greed on his chest, and he's like, the guy says yes, and he rips the skin off of him, and he's like, you're free of your sin, and the guy's like screaming, but he was instantly bandaged, which I thought was kind of funny, but
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and then they're going to do it for you, and there's this little shootout happen, the guy takes off, and he's in this plane, and so you have to jump in this plane, and you do this dogfight, and I tried a couple of times, and a couple of times I like got shot down, but it's the randomness of the game. And no, it doesn't let you just reload. I didn't die. I was able to like land the plane enough and not explode. And so I'm on the ground and he's flying around in the sky. So I'm like trying to find another plane, and he's like kind of shooting at me. And just the game is so random. Like so many weird things just kind of happen. You can be like in the middle of doing a mission, and then you think you have it. I know there's this one mission there you have to steal these 2 tanker trucks and bring it back to town. And I thought, oh, this is the easiest thing to do. And they would just randomly spawn, and I could never find them. And I got one, no problem. The first time I seen it, I stole it, took it to town, got it. I'm like, okay, I got to do one more. I played that game for an hour looking for these tanker trucks. Couldn't find one. I finally find one, and I get into a shootout with a guy, and I'm in a vehicle, and I'm chasing him. And I end up blowing up the tanker truck. So I'm like, oh, crap, I have to do this again. So I drive around for a while. I would probably drive around for another 40 minutes. And so I finally find one again. And I get into a shootout. And he's like really hurting me. And I have like a quarter health left. And I get it. I kill the driver. And I jump in the truck, and in the randomness of the game, like some random enemies come rolling up on a little 4-wheeler and shoot me while I'm getting in the truck and kill me. And I was so mad. I'm like, no, I can't believe this has happened again. This stupid truck has evaded me this whole time, and it took me forever to find it. Now I finally find it again, and I died, But the third time I find this truck again, finally, after playing, I'm probably 3 hours into the game trying to do this stupid mission, right? And I get the truck, and it's badly damaged. It's like smoking, and I'm like thinking in one wrong little hit, this thing's going to explode on me. And this car comes by, and it was like a civilian car, and it like clips the side of my truck, and it explodes, and I die. But at the same time, you have like an XP thing. It gave me like XP for blowing up that tanker truck, so it unlocked the boss, John Seed. So I was able to actually go do that mission. I didn't actually have to do the rest of the tanker truck mission. So I just left that one there. I'm like, I'm done with this one for a little while. But I really like the game. The game plays really well. It looks really good. I love the open world. You can just kind of do whatever you want. You can be on the middle of a mission and you run across another mission, and you can just change your mind and be like, I'm going to do this mission, and just take over. And I unlocked a couple people that help you. I guess you can call them companions or whatever. But I had the dog. I find the dog really fun. When you kind of sick him on a guy and he like jumps on any guy, has the guy pinned down, and you can just run over and shoot him while you have him pinned down and stuff. And he's screaming like, "Get this dog off of me! Get it off of me!"
What was the name of the bear? Do you remember?
Yeah, Cheeseburger.
Was it? Yeah, it was Cheeseburger.
Yeah. I can't wait to get Cheeseburger out. Do you know where you get him at? Like what area?
He's in the north. In the
north.
zoo.
Okay.
He's like in a zoo type thing.
Maybe I'll go to the north section. And I remember there's a sister in this group, and she had the hallucinogen type stuff. And a lot of people, I can't remember if they were saying they saved her for last, or people killed her off sooner, right? And there was a reason.
The sister, the girl, she was the really cool one. I enjoyed her the most out of all the other people. Like I thought she was the coolest. She was the best bad person. Like, I wanted to join her. I'll join you. Fuck killing you. Let's go together. Let's get high and fucking pray to whoever.
She was the nicest of the group.
She was, but all she did was get you high. I mean, that's all.
Yeah, so far they've all been pretty crazy. You know, the ones that you've met. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah,
it was a trip. That whole thing was a trip. How they kept showing you with the sheriff, and there's the sheriff doing. He's just like, yeah, man, say yes. He was already dead.
The sheriff, the sheriff was hallucinations in your mind. Yeah, that game is really good. I actually really like that game a lot. Far Cry 3, Far Cry 5. Really good.
And I have taken a break from like the Far Cry games. I think the last one I played was Far Cry 3. So I think I was just kind of ready to play a Far Cry game again. I skipped on 4.
Well, I remember I bought 4 because I thought 3 was so good. So I bought 4 and I literally never played it. I think the farthest I've gotten 4 was an hour into it. Maybe 2 hours into it. Maybe. I do remember like that game was pretty funny though because in the beginning where the guy tells you to wait, you just wait there. And the game does finish if you just wait in the fucking room where he tells you to wait.
I did go back. So after, I think, was that Far Cry 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4. So I've completed 2, 3, and 4. Love the Far Cry series. Never played the first one, but yeah, in that fourth one, when I heard about that achievement, and then I actually just went back, loaded it back up, and then I just sat there and waited. Bloop. Yeah. And I got my achievement.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I'm done with this one. Back to
like, okay, let's go.
Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
But I think 3 was might have been my favorite.
In this one, speaking of waiting, there's a part where I'm talking to the brother, and there's a guy with me, and it's when they cut the thing up his chest, and he like talks to you, and he's like, "Say yes," and it tells you to hit enter to say yes, and so I don't, and they like hit the one guy, and he's like, "All you have to do is say yes," and it has the prompt to hit enter, and I'm like, "I'm gonna see what happens," So I don't hit, so I don't hit enter. And then it hits the guy again. I'm like, is this game just going to repeat itself? And they kind of hit him a different way. And, and I'm sure it was a pre-done
I always said no.
So it didn't give me an option for no. It just had hit enter for yes,
Oh, I never hit it. Yeah. I never caved
I was like,
in.
nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Did you play New Dawn? That's the only one I'm still in the beginning.
I have New Dawn because I bought them both on the Epic Store when they were on sale for $5 a piece. So I got them super cheap. And I have not played New Dawn yet. I wanted to beat this one before I jumped into New Dawn.
But, nice. You'll enjoy it all the way through.
I haven't played New Dawn either, so yeah.
And hopefully this one doesn't burn me out on the Far Cry series. Because 3 kind of burned me out. Like when I was done with 3, I was done with 3. I'm like, oh, I'm done with this game. It almost overstayed its welcome. It was too long. And I'm like, I remember when I got off the main area and you had to go to that island on 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm starting all over again. I felt like I was all overpowered and I'm like thinking the game was almost over and next thing you know, you're going to this whole island and there's all these different type of like people there and they're more advanced, weaponry and stuff. And I'm going, no, I gotta play this crap again. And I do like on Far Cry 5 where you have to climb that radio tower and then they kind of throw out a little joke at the beginning. They're like, you don't have to do this, don't worry.
Yes.
They did so much in 3, and they maybe did it in 4. I don't know, but
there's a lot of climbing in 4.
Can you imagine having to do this all the time? When he says some shit like that, it's like, yeah, no, fuck this. Yeah.
But I find it fun too. The little guy that runs around with the flamethrower. He's like my favorite victim to kill. I love killing that guy. I love trying to run him over. He'd be standing along the side of the road, and I have a car. And I know a couple of times he's gotten me where I would drive at him and he'll light the car on fire and it catches me on fire too as I run him over, but
yeah,
I love killing that guy because you can shoot his tank on his back and you see the little spark, the little flame coming out of it. And you're just waiting for him to explode, but good game all around. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I'm going to keep on playing it. So I also started playing Gunny. I picked up West of Dead again. I talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah, I haven't played it this week.
I was I'm still really impressed with the art style. I really like the way this game looks. The voice acting is kind of cool. He does get repetitive. He does talk in the same lines a lot, but the game, I was like, oh, what happens? You just die and you just kind of start over. And I figured out once you get past that first level, all the sins that you collect go into like an upgrade for your character or guns or something like that. So right away, what I would typically do in these kind of games is I upgraded my health flask. So you can have a health flask. And so now, like going into the first round, I can get through it pretty easily now. Get to the second level, and I usually end up dying. But I collect enough sins by beating the first level again. Every time I beat that, there's a person, I can't remember, she's like the witch something.
Yes.
You talk to her and you can spend your sins you get. So like you beat that first level, you spend those sins, and I have upgraded up to a medium flask now. And so I can get, further into the second level and almost beat that one. I usually get in too much of a rush. But I like the game. Like it does get a little repetitive and then going through that first level over and over. But the nice thing is it is randomly generated. So it is kind of like that Dead Cells itch where you don't know the layout of the map, but the combat doesn't really change enough. Like Dead Cells, the combat can kind of change. You face different kinds of enemies here and there, where this game, once you walk into a room, you're going to walk into a room with enemies. It's like it's narrow hallway, and it opens up to a big room, and it's all dark, and you got these little shining spots where you can ignite that light. There's gonna be enemies in there, so it's like, okay, is there two guys with a rifle and two guys that throw the dynamite, or those zombie type people? So you just try to,
or dogs, or
yeah.
something.
And that second world has the dogs, and them dogs are a pain. I have the hardest time with those dogs. I can kill anything else in the game that I come across, but those dogs give me a hard time because it's always like two of them. I did find a knife a couple of times. That knife is amazing. It will one shot people as a melee attack. It'll do like 110 damage, 120 damage, and just instantly kill a guy. But it's on a long cooldown. But yeah, again, it almost has that Ghost Rider feel. You should get that flaming head, and again, the graphics are so dark, and it's at that Western feel, and you're in purgatory, and you're going through, and you're just getting these random weapons, and then you could get, your upgrades will give you better weapons and stuff like that. And so it's something I'm going to continue to play through. I don't know how many levels there are in this game. I don't feel like there's probably a whole lot.
I wouldn't think so.
Looked it up or anything like that, but it doesn't give me the feeling that there's a lot of levels. Because as hard as it is to get to a level, it takes you some tries. And
if
even
I was
with
to guess,
this health flask, even with this health flask, I can die in the first level. At times if I'm not careful enough, or if the RNG gods, give you two little shotguns that have no range, and you have to try to get to a level with no range, and you have to kind of get out of cover often, and that makes the game a little more difficult. But sometimes I get, those good weapons.
Are you also doing the what is it called, where you like it? Are you using evade? Do you feel like that's something that you're using more? The dodge?
Yeah, I used to dodge quite a bit. Like when I go, especially from cover to cover, when they either break the cover, or if I get stuck out of cover, say I'm fighting them dogs and I'm running from a dog, and I get in an area where I'm exposed, where I can't get to cover, you can see them shoot, and you do that dodge, and then, they always do two shots of that rifle, so then you do that second dodge, and then you try to counterfire. So
yeah.
But enjoying it. I sat and played it with Ryan for a little while last night. I jumped on. He sent me an invite to a party, so him and I were in the Xbox chat on my PC, and he was playing it, and I was playing through it at the same time. We're about to the same spot, so. And we were, both of our kind of game. I think he was kind of enjoying it too, and he likes Dead Cells, so.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like that. That's an awesome feature where when you dodge, jump, whatever at the correct time, it kind of just slows down for a little bit to let you know that that you evaded that at the perfect time. Like when they're shooting at you or throwing dynamite at you.
Yeah, and it's a fun little game. I found it odd. So this developer, which is Raw Fury, they got back with me and they sent us a couple game codes. We had like a handful of codes, and one of the games I picked up, I haven't had much time with it, and I haven't really talked about it in the show a whole lot, but it's called like Night Call, and like you're a taxi driver, and there's a guy that he tries to murder you because he's like a serial killer, but he doesn't get the job done, and you kind of wake up, but somehow the cops think you're involved. And so you could decide to become a taxi driver again and clear your name. And so you're out there working, and basically the game is pretty text-based, and you have different people that you pick up in your car, and you can choose what questions you ask them, and you're kind of almost like you're interrogating them. And they'll give you stories and different things that happen, and you have to determine who the killer is. And playing through the game, one of the cool draws to it, I think, is every time you play the game, the killer is somebody different. So it gives you that replay value. You don't really know who it is going into it, even if you beat the game once. And I noticed that game came up on Game Pass the other day. So like that game came up on Game Pass, and so did West of Dead. So it looks like they released a couple games on Game Pass, through this developer, which is kind of cool. But after that, I mean, that's it for me. I pretty much mainly been playing Far Cry and West of Dead.
Oh, okay. Good stuff. Anyways, it's news time. Let's get into some news.
Breaking news.
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Let's move on to some news now. Let's see what news Gunny was able to scrounge up for me here. Square Enix will announce several new games in July and August. Yes. In its shareholder meeting, Square Enix confirmed to investors that it had planned an E3 press conference but was not able to bring together a replacement presentation. They said, quote, "We had planned to have a press conference as a replacement event, but we are unable to do so since assets were not complete. We'll be announcing new titles individually as the timing permits. Several will debut around July to August." So, there you go. What do you guys think? What do you think?
More Final Fantasy stuff.
More of that shit. More? Oh, okay.
More of it. Always, right? Oh.
More of it.
Some Avengers.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. Whatever, Gunny.
Some new shit. How about that? Show us some new stuff. Some new IPs.
Let's move on to some more important news. Microsoft news. Microsoft apparently is now giving up its retail footprint. They have now said that they are closing all of its Microsoft Store brick-and-mortar locations.
Whoa.
So this is 82 locations between the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and Puerto Rico. The closures will lead to Microsoft taking a pre-tax charge of roughly $450 million for the quarter, ending June 30th. So this comes as asset write-offs or whatever. Says here, while Microsoft stores are closing, the company is also going to reimagine spaces that serve all customers with the opening of 4 Microsoft Experience Centers, one each in London, New York City, Sydney, and the company's Redmond, Washington campus in Seattle, pretty much. So there you go. And that's kind of funny because literally that same day they announced this, or the day before, I was trying to find if the Microsoft store in Portland was open, and it wasn't. And it wasn't. It said closed. It said closed permanently, and I was like, closed permanently? What the fuck? But I thought it just said that because of the COVID bullshit. But apparently,
right, really or indefinitely meant or permanently meant indefinitely. Yeah, until further notice. Man, but you definitely. Go ahead, Mel.
Well, I was going to say, it's just kind of sad here because our Microsoft store here in our one mall, they actually held gaming events here, and they had like little tournaments. And they just pretty much ended that too. So like they were doing, at the time they were doing Fortnite tournaments, they were doing Madden tournaments and stuff like that. But unfortunately, they pretty much are ending all that too. And so my kid would go every once in a while and play. And they were looking for somebody because the guy that was running it stepped down, and they've been looking for somebody to replace him. Now they're saying they're closing the store. So I don't know what they were using that store, and they had Asus come in bringing in laptops and everything that supported it and sponsored it. So I don't know if they're going to try to change, like make a new location or what, but that was like a prime location because it was kind of neat because it was in a mall. And they had a room in the back, and they had all these tables set up with chairs, and they had all these Asus laptops, and you could just go in there and you could just go play.
Yeah.
It worked out really nice. And so hopefully they have some nice location like that again.
That was actually the first place I ever hung out with Jonathan Hall, was when we went to go see the Xbox One X reveal or whatever, or event. So they had some kind of event at Pioneer Square here in Portland, and that was it's a pretty big Microsoft store there. But yeah, it has the same setup. They have like all the computers, the VR location setup where you can play VR. You can play in the back where like a bunch of Xbox Ones, and they had a Halo or whatever. And these fucking little 10-year-old kids whooped our asses. It was like me. It was me, Jonathan, somebody else, like a bunch of like older dudes, right? It was like we were all like in our 20s or whatever, but or older, but it was all of us, like 5 of us or 6 of us against like 10-year-olds. Like, I'm not even kidding. These fucking 10-year-old kids, like 10 or 11 years old. And they're like fucking strategizing over there. We're like, oh, we totally got this. Dude, they fucking whooped our asses. These fucking
We're going to smoke these squeakers.
These little assholes, they knew the maps. They knew everything about Halo. I was surprised they knew so much about fucking Halo, dude. They were like strategizing. Go this way, go that way. And they were like, dude, like
came up. He was probably looking at you, Jesus. He's like, "You bled. I didn't know jack shit about Blood Gulch, did you?"
No, those motherfuckers would like do hot swaps and shit. Like, I know this map better than you. So they were like in the middle of the matches, like fucking switch out and shit. Like fucking do like fucking like switch seats and shit with the other players. It was fucking nuts, dude. They whipped our asses. The
second one came up to you and was probably like, "Go back to work."
They fucking whipped our asses. Me and Jonathan were like, "Fuck, man, that was brutal." And Jonathan really doesn't play shooters, and back then he really didn't play shooters, so we really got our asses kicked. It was pretty bad.
We learned that from Gears of War, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan, we learned that from Gears of War, or whatever other game you challenged me to. Wasn't it Gears and something else that he challenged me to? Some other fucking game that he was like, "I'll beat you at it," and then I fucking beat him too. Whatever, Jonathan. Whatever, motherfucker.
Didn't he challenge Brink to?
Destiny.
What game was it? Destiny too.
That was like watching a pro player just fucking wreck like a little kid or something, dude. It was just like, no, not even a chance. I remember Brink was like, "All right, I'll go easy on you. I'll let you get a kill on me." Oh man, that was brutal. That was fucking brutal. That was sad. Sad days.
Hey, but with this, you really called the whole mixer thing last week, didn't you? I swear, like you must have Phil must have called you that night after we got done with the podcast, because you were like, "Mixer's shutting down and this and that." And then I can't remember, what did I say? I was like, "I don't think so, Jesus. I don't think." And then boom, the next day. Yeah.
We talked about Shroud and Ninja and like what it would do to them if it freed them from Mixer, where they could do whatever they wanted to do. And it happens the next morning.
Literally, it happened the next fucking day.
You had insider knowledge here.
Yeah, so apparently, Mixer is dying. It's dead. It's officially done. Microsoft has come out and said that Mixer, fucking was done, and it's going to be ending all services to his website on July 22nd. So July 22nd, apparently all the Mixer, all the links and shit will redirect you to Facebook Gaming, and then that's it. Mixer no longer exists. All the people that were partnered, apparently if you were a partner, so if you already partnered with Mixer and you want to switch over to Facebook Gaming, you can. And I believe Facebook said that they'll do their best to get you partner status right away on Facebook so you can start earning money. But that's not guaranteed for everyone. So I don't know how that works. I don't know if you barely became a partner on Mixer, do you still get partner on Facebook? I have no idea. Apparently, Facebook did offer Ninja $60 million.
Damn.
To come over to Facebook Gaming.
That's crazy. And
Ninja declined it. So, that goes to show something. Ninja declined that fucking
What is he going to
paycheck.
open his own streaming service? There's, what, Jesus, this is actually not part of the news, but I was reading a post from a friend who is a Twitch streamer, and he was talking about basically, like, this all kind of ties into the whole Dr. Disrespect suspension thing, but I'm trying to think of what the name of there's like a new streaming service, and it's going to be Monday morning that this streaming service is announced. And I think that's what they were talking about with it's supposed to be Ninja, Shroud, Dr. Disrespect. Again, just rumors.
Again, completely unrelated, but just hearing this, I seen somewhere on a news article that Tencent is quietly getting into the streaming service.
Yeah.
So is this going to be Tencent related? Or?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, there's Tencent, there's this new one. I think it's called Brime, like kind of like Prime, but Brime.
Yeah.
It sounds fake, but who knows? I
like
just watched it. They just tweeted out not too long ago.
That's going to be that real one. Watch the one that sounds the fakest. It'll be the real one. Apparently, so Mixer is done. And it's pretty interesting here. I'm looking at an article from the actual co-founder of Mixer. And this guy, Matt Salsamendi, he apparently was only 16 years old when he created Mixer. And he was only 18 years old when he sold it to Microsoft for, I think it was $400 million at the time. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good paycheck for an 18-year-old.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he pretty much said he created it out of like a side hobby when he was working at IHOP. He when he was 16, he started working on it, and then he created it. Then he went to Microsoft with it and showed him like the FTL technology, like the low latency mode and all that, and how it worked, and they liked it, and they bought it off of him, and now he's like, well, I guess they're killing my website, whatever. But that sucks for him. But I mean, hey, congratulations to him. He made out with the money. Ninja made out with $30 million. Apparently, Ninja got paid $30 million from Microsoft for moving over to Mixer, and Shroud got paid. Rumor has it he got paid like 10 or 12 or 16 or something like that. So congratulations to both of them. They got paid well, and they're obviously set for life with that money, you know, like you're set. You can decline $60 million from Facebook, I guess.
Damn.
But yeah, so Mixer is done, which that like honestly, like I was even shocked that it was like the very next day we were talking about this, and the very next day it was like boom boom, we're done. Because I was honestly wondering that when we were talking about it on the podcast, I was legitimately like thinking to myself, Microsoft might just kill this thing like before the next console comes out. Like they got to do something. You either got to double down, like go super hard on it again,
right,
or just kill it. Just start off fresh and say like, you know, we're got to cut off this fucking. It's like having a fucking, you know, like a fucked up fucking hand, or it doesn't work, and you just got to cut it off. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, if you're not meeting the mark, you know, with revenue, then yeah, it's time to let it go.
I know in our chat when we were talking about it, I came up as the Facebook group or the Discord, but you know, some people were saying that they thought it made Microsoft look weak, you know, doing it at this point in time. But I don't know. I mean, like you said, you almost kind of it already wasn't doing well. You know, we were talking about the numbers last week, how like the top streamers getting like 5,000 views, you know, compared to 100,000 on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know, it just. Do you really want to carry that over into the next gen, you know, or this is your opportunity to start fresh with something new, or, you know, in this case, it's going to be Facebook. But
I think what would have worked out better. I mean, now I can kind of coach this from the side, right? And I know they've kind of done this in the past with YouTube, but I think wouldn't it have just worked out better for Microsoft to say, oh, hey, you know, Ninja, you're with Twitch. Great. Stay right where you're at. We'll give you $10 million to play some Halo games for a limited amount of time. You know, what do you say? You know, could you maybe just also play a little Sea of Thieves while you're at it? Throw in another 5 million, you know, something like that, right? That would have just, instead of trying to get everybody over to their service.
Yeah.
You know, let's stay in the console business, not the streaming business, you know?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. And also, so you were speaking about this other website, right, Mayo? So apparently this new website is called Trovo, Trovo. There's a new website by Tencent. I'm on it right now, actually. There's people playing PUBG Mobile, Fortnite, all these other games. Call of Duty Mobile has the most viewers right now with 676 viewers, so it has a long way to go. But apparently this is being backed by Tencent. So this is it's made by Tencent. It's launching in the U.S. It's been live since March. And apparently there's a few companies that have decided to kind of join in on it. Apparently Riot Games is going to, has a few stakes or whatever in it or whatever. But this, according to Trover's website, it looks pretty familiar to Twitch. So you got like the main games that are being played, the featured streamers that are being, like, hey, this guy has the most viewers, you should go watch him or whatever. But it's really low. I mean, the viewers are ridiculously low. 200 viewers compared to like 260,000 on Twitch. But they announced this new Create Partnership program. Apparently, this is going to start this week in July. And it's going to reward content creators with $30 million in payments over the next 18 months. It says here, if you are a streamer on Trovo, you can apply to become part of the Trovo 500 program. Apparently, if you meet a certain minimum viewership requirement, you have more than 50 followers, and you can run a high-quality broadcast. It says here that some elite few of the broadcasters, I guess the top ones, can earn as much as $5,000 a month through this new program. And those in the bottom tier, so I guess it's not the elite tier, the bottom tier, those can earn as little as $600 a month from this program. So you can generate some money. This is actually being paid out by Tencent, so it's going to be like a paycheck for streaming, which is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, if Trovo wants to pay me $10,000 a month to play The Last of Us 2 on toggle mode, you guys can contact me at
Gunny, you're gonna become a Trovo streamer. Everyone go follow Gunny Chief over at Trovo.
Gunny Chief. It'll be baby mode.
Trovo.
Right? That'll be my tagline.
At Trovo.live, Gunny Chief will be live.
Gunny Chief's gutless play.
I'm gonna make an account on Trovo, guy. I just need 50 followers, or I need 50 people to go to Trovo.live and follow Jesus Walks a Lot, and then just go and view me like every once in a while, so I can get my viewership up. And then that's when I get paid $5,000 a month.
Hell yeah!
I'll be set. Right, Mayo? Right?
That's right.
I'll just quit my job and stream on Trovo, I guess.
It sounds like a plan.
Get paid for 18 months of $5,000 a month. That's pretty good money right there.
I can stream 10 hours a day.
That is good money.
That's pretty. $5,000 a month for the next 18 months. That's plenty enough money and enough time.
That'll pay my rent. Yeah, definitely.
Yo, Gunny, we can play. Look, they got people on here. If Call of Duty is the most popular game next to Fortnite, we got PUBG Mobile. Valorant is on here. Season 1 of Modern Warfare is on here.
I like all those games.
Warzone, Clash of Clans is on the top viewers. Path of Exile, Apex Legends. Chit Chat is number 10 on the list here with 25 viewers, 35 viewers.
Titty streamers.
Let me look at the most viewers right now, guys. We got the top streamer making $5,000 a month is somebody named Win Sanity. He has 3,000 followers on Trovo, and he has currently 52 viewers watching him play PUBG Mobile.
It's a popular game across the world.
Yeah.
It is.
PUBG.
It's very popular.
PUBG Mobile. Some white guy named
PUBG,
Insanity.
the game where the mobile version surpassed the regular version. I'm pretty sure that the mobile version gets more publicity now than the actual PUBG anymore.
When I talk to my family in Australia, Fiji, New Zealand, they're like, PUBG Mobile is awesome. I'm like, really? It's
dude, this
play it on a PC.
This is just like Mixer. It has
it on phones.
This has like a currency that you earn while you watch somebody, so you can use emotes, and it also has like paid currency on here.
Wait, didn't we talk about this? Somebody out there listening, didn't we talk about this regarding what is that that YouTuber's name? I think he's now on Twitch, but we did an article on him. He's been, I want to say he's been like flagged on YouTube for several things, but his name will come to me in a minute. He's really popular.
Not like PewDiePie or anything like that, right?
Is it Cutie Pie? Is that who it is? Like he's
PewDiePie.
Yeah, is he the one that's from France, or is that him?
He's from Sweden, dude.
Sweden, that's him. Yeah, it's Cutie Pie. This is the one that he talked about. He was trying to hype it up, and nothing ever became of it.
Anyways. You shut your mouth, Gunny, about D-Live, all right? You shut your fucking mouth. This is fucking Trovo, bro. Trovo.
Yeah.
Trovo, bro. I want to make an account called Trovo, bro. I'm going to stream on there. Woo! Go find me on Trovo. The new home of Jesus Walks a Lot, getting paid $5,000 from Tencent. I'll say anything you want me to say, Tencent, on the podcast, as long as you pay me $5,000 a month. Right, Mayo?
That's right. We get some of that too, right?
Be the biggest Patreon. We can all become streamers on Trovo, Mayo, and we can make $15,000 a month.
There you go.
There you go. Join forces.
Anyways, so apparently this is a new service from Tencent called Trovo Streaming. So go find them if you want to join or become a Trovo streamer machine.
Fuck Facebook gaming, all right?
Anything but Facebook gaming, guys.
It just sounds wrong. It doesn't even sound right to me. Like, where do you stream? Facebook gaming? To me, it doesn't sound right. It just, I don't know. They need a name.
They need like a separate app or something, so your mom is not like, what are these videos that they recommend that I watch that you keep watching? What is Facebook doing?
What are you doing live streaming on our fucking internet? What are you doing?
Aren't you supposed to be in church? Come on.
Oh, shit.
Gunny's going to have that Discord moment all over again. Remember when your wife on Discord and she's like, what is this thing?
Yeah, what is a Discord? Yeah.
What is a Facebook gaming? Dr. Disrespect, speaking of Twitch and streamers and all this shit, has now been banned.
Apparently, permanently.
From Twitch?
Allegedly. He doesn't know.
No one knows. No one knows why he was banned. No one knows how long he's banned for or anything. Pretty much, he was just banned. So,
I'll just read this here, Jesus. It said, earlier this week, Twitch also said it would begin issuing permanent bans following a wave of sexual allegations against popular Twitch streamers over the weekend. Twitch also removed accounts such as I Am Spoon, Bless RNG, and Dreaded Cone. So do you think it was the fact that, like, because rumors are flying that it was either regarding, something from him streaming in the bathroom or something that regarded his wife a while back, or is it?
Well, all that stuff already went by. I mean, the thing where, like, he cheated, apparently, he did cheat on his wife, all right? He cheated on his wife, whatever, he had an affair. She found out about it. He got banned, and he apologized to her. He apologized to the Twitch people. He said, him and his wife obviously got back with him because they're together now. So
right.
She obviously forgave him or whatever. They got whatever shit figured out. And then he apologized. Okay, cool. He's back on Twitch. And then he went to E3 last year. Remember, he went to the bathroom with the cameras and he was peeing next to the little kid or whatever, and whatever the fuck he was making, whatever. They recorded the little kid in the bathroom peeing or something, and he got in fucking trouble for that. So they banned him for that one. They banned him for a few days or a week or something, and then he apologized for that or whatever. He said whatever. And then they let him back on Twitch. And this time, no one knows why. Like, some people are saying that it could be because of these sexual abuse allegations again. But apparently, like these came down over the weekend. And if you look at all the people that accused somebody of sexually harassing them,
yes.
If you look at their viewer counts or their follower counts, it seems like everyone stopped following the accounts that were accusing them. They all went to follow these new people or whatever. And I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it was a setup by these people, if they really are accusing these people, if it's true or not. Who knows? But it's just that, like they legitimately, like, if you look at all these accounts, they have grown or tripled in size in a matter of a day or two because they're accusing somebody else of sexually harassing them. Now,
yeah, it seems to be a purge the last couple of weeks. I don't know if that's the right word or not.
Sexual harassment,
just from what I've been seeing from the video game industry.
And I don't know how they're accusing them because I really haven't looked into this shit at all. Like, I don't know if they're saying that these people physically sexually harass them or verbally or how, or they fucking threaten them, or I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But there's that. There's also rumors that Twitch found out that Dr. Disrespect was going to he was trying to poach other streamers from Twitch, like talking to other streamers on the platform that are big streamers about this new platform that he's moving to with Ninja and Shroud. Apparently this new platform is being funded by Spotify, is owned by Spotify, and somehow Google has their hand in it too, where Google is helping Spotify launch this service, which is kind of weird to me. I don't know about Google, but apparently they're all launching this new service. It won't be called Spotify. Apparently it's going to be called something else, completely separate
I think
from Spotify.
The placeholder name is called Brime.
Maybe it's
called
Brime.
Brime.
Maybe it's Prime, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know if it's that or something else. It could be something else. It could be that. Who knows? But apparently Spotify's getting into the whole streaming game. And apparently the legal team found out about it. So obviously they have to immediately take legal action against somebody that's trying to fucking break their contract. And they're going to sue him. And apparently all these lawsuits against Spotify, Google, and Ninja and fucking all these motherfuckers that are trying to launch this new service and poach Twitch streamers. Apparently, Twitch is going to launch all these lawsuits tomorrow on Monday in court. Like, they're going to go to court and file them in California or whatever and sue all these people for whatever, fuck. Breaking their contracts or whatever. I don't fucking know. So who knows? Who knows? It could be one thing or it could be another, dude. Fuck, fine.
I almost feel like it is this, right? That they have been working behind Twitch's back, only because I feel like if it was some kind of sexual harassment thing with Dr. Disrespect and him getting banned, like Twitch would have made a statement regarding it.
That's what I think too.
Say, hey, he was banned. We're not giving out details on the sexual harassment, but yes, it is related or something. I don't know.
Jesus, yes. I really liked your idea though. You put it in the comments in our chat. That they should get together and sign a deal with like a TV network.
They should honestly. If
ESPN.
I was.
Could you imagine if they got with
ESPN? If I was Ninja, because you've already been on the cover of ESPN, you've been at ESPN events, you've been streamed gaming on ESPN before, like they've streamed your tournaments.
Covered this Dr. Disrespect article. Yeah. I seen an article from ESPN.
So if I was Ninja, I would legit go to Shroud. I would be like, hey Shroud, I know you're like the other big guy that was with me with Mixer. How about let's go to talk to ESPN together. Let's cut a deal where we get ESPN to fund us and give us a channel on TV, on cable network or whatever. And let's make a channel about gaming, kind of like G4 was back in the day, where it was a channel just about video games. But we own it. Ninja and Shroud own it. Like that would make you so much more money than any streaming platform could ever make you. Because at that point, once you got a TV channel, now you can say fuck you to all the people paying you to, like, all your fucking Patreons. Or you can say fuck you to all the people giving you bits. And you're going to be looking at fucking big corporations and you're like, all right, motherfuckers, you want to advertise on our channel? Now you pay the big bucks. You know what I mean? Because now you're advertising to the entire fucking world. I can definitely see
in this being... I like your idea too, where how you got like on television where you've got ESPN, ESPN2, and again, ESPN adding a ESPN Gaming, right?
Yeah.
And not only me going to ESPN Gaming app that's where I'm now going to watch, these guys, but also, bam, I could just watch it on the TV. So it would be a bonus.
Both. You could do it. You could do it on anything. You can have it where like it's a fucking internet app thing or whatever, and have it on TV as well. So it's like a mainstream thing, and that's gonna bring gaming. Because gaming is getting more popular. It's not getting less popular as we get older. It's getting more popular as we get older. My kid knows everything about gaming, and she's fucking 9 years old. When I was 9 years old, I would game, but not nearly as much as these kids do nowadays, and they know so much about streamers, about this, about that. I'm saying get a fucking network to do it. There is a network out there that will pay you. If ESPN refuses to cut you a check, go to NBC, go to CBS, go to fucking, go to Microsoft, go to whoever the fuck, go to somebody. Go to fucking Oprah. Fucking go to something,
got the money.
Something on TV, Go to the fucking Lifetime channel. Go somewhere to a network, Comcast or something, and be like, hey, motherfucker, we want a fucking channel on your shit. And they're going to be, well, what are you going to stream? We're going to stream ourselves playing video games. Okay, what else are you going to stream? You can make a TV show about gamers, about video game development. You can make documentaries about a game being made. You can make a show about a game studio. You can make
There's that show
all
on
kinds of shit.
Apple TV, right?
Yes. Mythic Quest. It's about a fucking game development. It's kind of like about. It's almost like watching Blizzard. Like some kind of like a fucking comedy version of Blizzard. Working on this huge MMO or whatever. That's what it is.
People eat that up. I know what you're saying. People eat that up because when I go to Twitch and what is that? There's a channel on there, Something Beans, right? They're not even fucking playing video games. It's video game related, and they got like 25,000 viewers. I'm like,
exactly.
What the hell? They're not even playing games. Whatever. How do they get so many viewers?
You can have people doing D&D bullshit on a fucking TV channel, and people would watch it. You can have people role playing, people cosplaying, people. Oh, you can cover E3 on this channel. If you have a fucking channel that shows everything at E3, you can have this channel. Hey, motherfucker, we're at E3. We're covering everything E3. We're out here with cameras. Come watch it on this channel. People would watch.
Yeah, then you could get with Sony and Microsoft and be like, hey, you can put your your presentations on our channel.
Yep. I'm just saying, why not go big? Like at this point, cable. We understand that cable isn't as big as it used to be with growing up. But it's still TV is still there. TVs are still in every house. You can make it relevant again by bringing gamers live action content to fucking television.
I think
it could change the world, man. It really can.
For listeners out there, when grandma's watching soaps right in the afternoon because you got the day off, right? Just go over and change the channel to ESPN Gaming. See what she thinks.
Yeah, or change it to
this new Warzone game, guys. I want to play it.
I mean, honestly,
cool.
You know what? And if ESPN gets in on it, there's going to be a competitor. CBS or Fox or Disney will be like, you know what? Well, Disney owns ESPN, but whoever, another fucking network will be like, hey, we need a channel too. How about we make a fucking deal with Twitch and we fucking start showing Twitch streams on our fucking channel? Like. The deals will be made, and gaming becomes way more and more and more and more relevant, which is already super relevant, but it's going to become even more relevant. Like more mainstream, not relevant, but more mainstream, more talked about in the public, dude. Like you should be surprised, man, how many people game. Like people from all ages game. Every time I'm at work. And I'm listening to people talk about video games. Like the other day, my coworker, this dude who used to be like a Marine or whatever, he's like 30-something years old. He's my coworker in the ice room or whatever. He was fucking listening to a podcast and they were talking about the PS5 reveal. And I was like, you listening to a gaming podcast? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Like I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, dude. But like I didn't mention my podcast, but like I was like, yeah, this motherfucker games, like I didn't even realize he gamed because he doesn't seem like the type of person. He's this fucking dude who used to be in the Marines and shit, fucking. He wants to be a cop or some shit is what he's going to school for right now. And he's listening to video game podcasts, It's like, oh shit, it's kind of crazy. So like, I'm just saying, they honestly, Ninja and these big streamers, Shroud, just Dr. Just, you guys can change the fucking world for gamers. You really can. And you get out there and fucking do it, man. Just fucking do it. Take that risk. You got the money. If all else fails, you fail, your TV channel fails, you still got your fucking money to fall back on and live the rest of your life. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going to risk it all and lose everything. I guess you could do that too, make your own channel or something, but it's a little more risky.
Yeah, that would be more risky because you just don't have that capital behind you, like a Microsoft or a Twitch Amazon thing.
But
you would need that big company for that. You'd need the publisher.
We'll see what happens with all this, though. I mean, it could be that Watch Prime bullshit. It could be that Trovo shit that gets big next. Who knows what's going to be the next big thing, man? Because think about it. Now that Trovo fucking said they're going to pay people $600 a month minimum.
Can you imagine what they would pay Ninja? Oh, my God.
Can you imagine what Tencent would cut Ninja if Ninja said, I'm going to go stream on Trovo? They'd cut that motherfucker a check for $100 million easy, and they could afford it, too.
Yeah.
They could easily afford it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd be like, yep, $100 million, here you go. Come on over. We'll stream you right in the front page. make a Ninja page or whatever. You know, it's all there. But yeah, I don't know. Mayo, what do you think, Mayo?
Oh, I agree. I mean, like you said, I think these guys have this opportunity, you know, and especially because Shroud and Ninja, again, and now maybe Disrespect, all really big streamers are free to do whatever right now. None of them are tied, you know, if you know, Disrespect is permanently banned from Twitch, all three of them can be anywhere they want to be. Either they're not tied to any contract, and they have this opportunity to get together and do something with it, you know.
Do you think that Ninja, maybe not so much from Microsoft just announcing the closure of Mixer at the end of July, but do you think maybe Ninja went and told Uncle Phil or whoever, Nadalia, that, hey, you know, your platform sucks. I'm not making the money that you promised me? Or do you think this is just a Microsoft thing and it's just an opportunity?
I think it's probably just a Microsoft thing. I mean, because I don't know if you can really blame the platform. I mean, my Mixer was good. I mean, I don't think Mixer was bad. I didn't mind watching it when I watched it. It just didn't pull me like Twitch. Like Twitch was just, I don't know. I don't want to say it's more accessible, but for some reason I just found myself going to Twitch easier. Like, I was always like, I guess I had more content on Twitch that I wanted to see, more people I followed. And I had a couple people I followed on Mixer to where, you know, so I guess the thing that Mixer did wrong in my book is they couldn't get enough people that I wanted to follow, you know, or that is really Mixer's fault, you know, like, right. You know, so friends that I've made and stuff like that were on Twitch. And so when I would see them on, naturally, since I've made a friendship with these smaller streamers, you know, that I would want to go on and watch them, so that I'm not going to be on Mixer, you know. So you kind of make your allegiance early on, and Twitch had that advantage of being out there first and having these people on Twitch. Is you get those allegiances, and if they don't switch to Mixer, then you're kind of staying there on Twitch with them. Mm-hmm. You know, that's kind of the way I look at it. So I don't really think Mixer was really doing anything wrong. Their quality was good. You know, the product was good. They had some good ideas with the whole money thing, the way they did it. You know, they did a little bit different than Twitch and stuff like that. It just, they couldn't get the viewers for some reason, you know. And again, I think that's it. It just, you know, you had your fan base or who you like to watch, and if that person didn't leave Twitch to go to Mixer, then you probably weren't going to go watch anything on Mixer, you know. So that's why I look at it. You know, Jesus, if you started off on Twitch streaming and say, you know, you kind of started off on Mixer, I probably would have never even gone to Mixer, you know, because you were streaming on Mixer, and like one or two other guys I knew went to Mixer, but I didn't watch it very often. You know, 90% of the time for me it was Twitch, you know. So
yeah, there was a couple of people I watched on Mixer, Azariah, part of this community, and one other person who's not part of the community. But then, yeah, that was the only thing I went over to Mixer for. Everything else was Twitch.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, this Watch Prime, I'm looking at their Twitter account. I don't know, it seems like a streaming platform from what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and there's nothing like I found on Google, like other than just there's like one post on Reddit. It's a placeholder, and then just Twitter. So there's no website. They don't have one yet. And I think the name, I don't think they're going to go with the Prime thing.
Well, it's
Amazon
a code
Prime
name.
Would be like,
it's a code name. Like even
desist.
It says on their Twitter, code name Prime. So it's obviously like a code name that they're using. And it says here that it says here, like I'm looking at their Twitter, and like one of the first tweets they posted was, it says here, we got a list from some Watch Mixer streamers. Here's what we can confirm. It says here, built-in cloud chatbot, co-stream feature for everyone, clear-cut path for meeting affiliate partner requirements, clear terms of service, partner managers, and founders badges. So, and one more thing, no exclusivity, so you don't become exclusive to that platform. You can just stream wherever, which is interesting. You know? So I wonder what this thing is, you know. And on one of their other tweets it says, welcome to the future. So we'll see what they have. It could be something that they've been working on, you know, like in the background, knowing that Mixer might die or something, you know.
Yeah.
Yepper.
Fucking crazy. This is crazy shit, guys. It's fucking.
But I think it's all good stuff. I think we're continuing to see growth in the streaming community and where this is going. I think something bigger is going to come out of this. And I don't know what it is,
also,
but
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping also that because just only, I would say, starting yesterday, that I just started seeing more recommended streams on Facebook where I'm like, okay, I have never seen those notifications. I haven't seen them in a long time. So obviously Facebook is doubling down on, the gaming thing, but please, can we get a separate app or something that I could log into? I'd appreciate that, just to separate the two.
Yeah, that's what they really needed. They need to separate it because I hate watching people streaming on my normal Facebook fucking thing, like the feed. It's like I'm here to look at fucking memes and shit. What the fuck is this?
The only reason I could think they're not separating it at this time because remember YouTube tried it, Google did try this and it failed when they separated the two.
But that's
then they're like, fuck it, we're going back. So you can we want to keep everything in one place and.
That's
I don't
YouTube.
even know if it still
exists.
exists.
YouTube is stupid. YouTube fucked that whole thing up. They had it perfectly fine originally, and they fucked everything up.
But yeah, they were just doing we got live streamers. You got to go search for them though. App.
But yeah. Let's move on to more news. Last piece of news that I have here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Ubisoft says that it's now investigating allegations of employee harassment and abuse. The publisher has now apologized and pledges to investigate claims of abuse. So Ubisoft says it has launched investigations into allegations of sexual harassment and misconduct by its employees. Ubisoft said it is dedicated to creating inclusive and safe working environments, but adds, it is clear we have fallen short on this in the past and we must do better. Ubisoft says that it is working with external consultants to investigate the allegations. While the company did not name specific employees, Ubisoft confirmed on Wednesday that one high-profile staffer, Assassin's Creed's creative director Ashraf Ismail, was taking a leave of absence amid accusations of inappropriate behavior with women. At least two other Ubisoft employees, product and brand marketing manager Adrian Gabini J, whatever the fuck, and associate public relations director Stone Chin, have also been accused of sexual harassment and predatory behavior, according to a report from Gamasutra. Ubisoft said it was deeply concerned about those accusations in a statement to Gamasutra. Other current and former employees of Ubisoft have also been accused of assault, harassment, and sexual misconduct, amid a flood of allegations of relations from victims of abuse in the gaming, esports, comics, and entertainment industries. It says here, Ubisoft's full statement is on its plan to investigate is here. But yeah, they pretty much are saying that they've launched investigations. They're going to investigate it more. They're going to do better. All that shit. It says here, updated. Bloomberg reported that two more Ubisoft executives, Tommy Francois and Maxime Belland, have been placed on administrative leave as part of the company's investigations. Francois, the vice president of editorial and creative services at Ubisoft, and Belland, the vice president of editorial, were both named in accusations of misconduct on social media this week. So, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're really cleaning house. I think that
just wow. Jesus Christ. It's crazy.
I know it's a big thing, like I saw, especially around the IGN industry, and just people, again, just from my view stuff on Twitter that I saw, and people coming out and talking about, their experiences over the last several years working with certain people at IGN. And yeah, this is the first I'm hearing about it from Ubisoft. But apparently it is kind of, I know Giant Bomb talked about it, and other people in the video games industry spoken about the subject regarding sexual misconduct.
Yeah, so I mean, what's gonna happen, man? Like this is kind of crazy. Like, everyone's getting fired from everything.
Yeah, fired, suspended. Yeah, I don't know.
What's gonna happen when everyone gets fired eventually for something?
Yeah, right. It's, or even like just maybe accused. Do they immediately just get fired because they're accused?
Yeah. If you're just accused of something and they don't have any proof you did something or no hard evidence, can they just fire you for that?
I believe so. Because I know that like my last job was like not the last one, but the one way before it, but it was more of a, and I'm sure everybody has kind of signed these things. I didn't sign one this time, but it was hey, we are a right to fire employer.
Yeah.
Right. Because basically they're saying like they could let you go for any reason at any time for anything.
Yeah.
You're not under contract or something, but again, depends on where you work. And this is just to protect themselves as a company.
Well, yeah, they could just fire you if they need to fire you for whatever reason. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I know we've seen this with, who is the Valorant company, the parent company who owns that?
Riot?
Yeah. Was it Riot Games? I think. And then
Vincent owns all of it.
Yeah. We've seen that with some stuff going on with Riot Games and just from other things that I've seen and heard recently within this last week was just PAX parties, E3 parties, about sexual abuse allegations and stuff. So people sharing stuff on Twitter and these companies are stepping up and doing something about it. So it's very eye-opening to hear about all the stuff that goes on. And I'm sure they're leaving out a lot of details.
That goes on in those conventions. I mean, I don't go to any kind of conventions like that, but I'm sure there's stuff like that goes on at all kind of conventions.
Right?
That's not just your video game industry. That's the world in a whole. I'm sure.
Sure.
He's whatever convention you can think of. There's probably stuff like that going on where there's people getting together and just different things going on. So.
Yeah, and just and also just listening to one of this week's podcasts I listened to about, hey, we've had that guy on. I want to say he was from Assassin's Creed. One of the persons that you named, Jesus, where it's like, wow, like now, like we're like almost associated with him because maybe certain people think we're the best of friends. We're really, literally, they've just kind of come in during a PAX, during an E3, giving out interviews. We've laughed, we've joked, and now it's how do we feel about it as far as like, the fact that we're this news outlet and, and we don't want anything to do with that person, anymore. It's nuts.
It's fucking crazy.
Tough.
So what happens with all this crazy world in the gaming, the crazy shit going on in the gaming industry. We got all kinds of shit. We got streamers getting fired.
Yeah.
Streaming platforms shutting down. Consoles releasing. PC2 needs to be revealed. I mean, what's going to happen?
Where's PC2, Mayo? Where is it?
Yeah, where's PC2, man, huh?
Bring some light into this world, will you?
Hey, our PC, that's an ever-evolving machine. It doesn't need a number 2.
PC2.
But with that said, guys, I could, I don't think, I know we've kind of said this once before a couple of months ago, but consoles are not coming out this year.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Gunny's
I think you're going to be really hard
I know.
to get.
Don't hate me, guys. Listeners, please.
Shit. Gunny has changed his mind.
No, I've always believed it when we kind of half-heartedly joked about it a couple months ago.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I really don't. Guys, listen, I can tell you, I went to, after watching the Sony event, right? Mm-hmm. Which I thought, okay, Ratchet and Clank, and there's some really good games, and you kind of get that Spider-Man game, Miles Morales. That looks super cool. It's not a AAA title, by the way, in my opinion, only because it is kind of it's not a half a game. What do they call it? It's just not that full-fledged, 50-hour AAA. It's $39. I know some people are like, great, this is something I can afford, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's just not that like fully fleshed out.
The New Dawn and Far Cry.
Yeah, or it's just it's just something that you can play at launch, allegedly. So, but and then I think it was Monday when the Mixer thing was announced, and I took a trip down. It was for my wife's business, and I went down to, where did I go? Now I forgot the name of the town, but it's near Santa Clara, right? And that's where I can look over. I see Microsoft, I see Micron, and all these businesses. Sony's over there. I saw them. It's all over by that Great America. Mountain View. Maybe that's where I went. And so we went to this apartment complex, right? And it's got 100 units. This all ties in, Jesus. Just stay awake for me, buddy.
Okay.
And
we're at 100 units. Okay, 100
okay.
units.
So then the manager, we went out to lunch, and I said to her, I said, man, that's a lot of dusty, like the cars, like she goes, none of them run. I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, everybody's just kind of working from home. It's shelter in place still, but yeah, things are kind of open around here. That's why we're at a restaurant, but none of those cars run. They're all tech workers. They all work at Microsoft. They all work at Sony. What's the other one that's over there? Seagate, right? They make the hard drives, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I understand that, yes, these things are made at Foxconn in mainland China. Yeah. And, and all the tech workers over here are but they need that hands-on stuff to test these things, right? That's just my opinion, that's the whole reason for them to be in the office, for Microsoft. I understand they're probably not doing it from Santa Clara, but it's probably a lot of it's happening in Redmond. But looking at Foxconn too, they're at 75% workforce trying to keep up to make iPads and iPhones. How the heck are they going to have enough Xboxes and new PlayStation 5s in November? I have no idea. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that's why also nobody knows when this next Microsoft event is going to be. Not even Phil is saying. Aaron Greenberg is not saying it. They're all right. Since that last stream that they had back in, what was it? It was back in April, May, right? And they were like, look for the next one sometime in July, right? But they won't say when. They're just, I don't know. I just think they are going to have a stream. I don't know why they're not telling us what the next date's going to be, but I think they're just trying to get everything prepared for what they can, just working from home remotely. And yeah, I don't know, guys. That's why I'm just thinking, like, I don't think it's going to happen until February or March.
Well, I think they just haven't released a date. I think they kind of wanted to wait and see what Sony did in their presentation, and they're trying to put together a package to respond. And they just giving themselves a little bit of time to respond in a way. I'm not saying it's going to be the right response, but I think they're just kind of like, okay, we need to get, let's say, this developer involved. Let's get this developer involved. Okay, let's find out from this developer how far they are along this game and find out what we can show. And so maybe they just haven't released a time because they just don't know what all the developers can do right now. And they just want to get everybody on the same page.
But that tells me they just don't have they don't have it together. I mean, only because of COVID-19. I'm not saying that Microsoft is,
right,
really just not being productive or, Phil and the team are not. It's all this shelter in place stuff, and they probably just don't have the box fully. I know that they're out there. They're in the wild, right? These Series X consoles, right? They've got prototypes. Phil's got one, and right, they gave them out to some of the streamers from back in late 2019 or whatever it was. But yeah, as far as a full production, I don't know. Can you just come out and say, Foxconn say, oh, we've made 100,000 so far, for November? But I don't know. Is that enough to say, yeah, here it is, it launched? And I just would see a lot of angry fans from both sides.
Well, there's going to be a lot of angry people. I think that at the end of the day, it's going to be who the fuck pre-orders and who gets their hands on them.
Right, that's going to be the thing.
I could be wrong. Jesus. You could say, yeah, we're having this. Hey, guys, it's November 18th. Ta-da, hey, here's the launch day. Or no. Let me back up. Let's say it's going to be July 24th that Microsoft announces, hey, this is what our event's going to be. Come out, check out Halo and this and these other awesome games. And then they'll say, bam, pre-order for November 18th. But I don't know. I mean, I guess, is it just, do the pre-orders only last for 30 minutes or 1 hour? Or do they just kind of keep it quiet, for the general public and, not really say how many are there? Because reading another article here from a couple of days ago, from Phil Spencer, where he talked about, hey, I felt good about that PlayStation 5 event and everything, but he never says, he just said he looks forward to the release of the console, but he never says when. Why does he just say November? I think because they don't know. They don't know if they're going to have that stock, It's all speculation from me, but I just also see the same thing from Sony. If they had the confidence, guys, I know they want to wait for Microsoft to announce a date and a price, but Sony doesn't even know a date and a price for their own stuff. If they were confident enough, they would have said it. I don't know. Just my opinion.
You made me think of November, and then it made me think of Black Friday, and then I started thinking about COVID-19 Rona.
There is
Can
no
you
Black
imagine?
Friday this year. There is no Black Friday.
It just kind of dawned on me like social distancing on Black Friday.
No, there is no.
We only allow so many people in the store.
They just shut everything down here in California. Like before we started recording this podcast, like Newsom came on and said, shut it all down. Yeah. Not everything, but yeah. Maybe by the time it's a little bit more, but it's like, great.
Across the country, we're seeing the cases go up, not down. So, like I said before on the podcast, man, this corona shit is going to go well into next year. I have no doubt in my mind. It's going to go until like next year sometime. It's kind of crazy, but like seeing people with masks and social distancing and people being worried about each other, or like worrying, like, motherfucker over there started to cough. Stay away from him, kid. Right. Don't make eye contact with that motherfucker. He's coughing. All that shit's gonna go on till next year, man. Cause honestly,
or at least until we find a vaccine for this that they'll give people hope.
Yeah, maybe then, because they still got to manufacture it and all that. But
they still have to do that. Yeah, that takes a lot of time.
But I don't know. I don't think so, man.
This is where Amazon makes a big deal with Sony and Xbox, Microsoft, and say, hey, we will exclusively ship your consoles if you can make them, and then just ship them to people's houses, and they wouldn't have to get them on Black Friday because, like you were saying, it could be done this year. And could you imagine if they could get like somebody like Amazon to just ship you your console and doing a pre-order,
there you go.
And then say the holidays are like they are, and say Black Friday isn't much of a thing, and gaming's kind of at a high right now, and so. That getting a new console might be a perfect opportunity for excitement. I got my new PlayStation since I'm sitting home at work. I can't work again. I got my new PS5. I can sit and play and stream and do this and that. So, and I had Amazon send it to me. Thank you, Amazon. I didn't even have to go out and stand in line. So
no,
yeah,
man,
and I think.
Go ahead, Gunny.
I was just going to say one of the things is that's something. We would have seen by now. We would have seen a picture of. Obviously, Phil can't go to China right now, but it wouldn't be in his best interest. But somebody holding that Xbox One with a pallet behind it, right? We've seen that with the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, right? Look what we're making, right? Just to kind of bring that hype, Even a pre-E3, we would have, or maybe, I understand it's not quite the conference yet. Who knows what it's going to be because they don't know. Nobody knows anything. But we would have seen that. We would have been like, hey, here's the production line and here's how it's going. But no, it's been hush, hush, quiet, So I'm like, something's amiss here, It just tells me that it's coming next year.
I wonder, man. But Amazon is killing it right now, dude. They're ridiculous how big it's gotten. Like everywhere in my town, I'm seeing Amazon vans, dude. They're fucking everywhere. It's like Amazon has taken over the road. There's legitimate moments where I'm driving on the road and I see like 10 Amazon vans. I'm like, what the fuck? There's just so much Amazon shit everywhere now. But they're everywhere, man. It's kind of crazy. Like even
they've outgrown the one that we have. The one here in my. Well, actually, they want to move one closer to me, but they're kind of fighting over whether they can take that building or not.
Yeah, they're so big. It's kind of ridiculous. It's fucking nuts to me how big that company's fucking got. They come to my little like driveway, like the little road, because I live like in a kind of like a driveway. You have to drive into it, and then there's like our houses are all back here, and like literally every day there's an Amazon van coming through here dropping shit off to somebody, every fucking day. I'm like, fuck, man, that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
It's nuts.
But that's it. So we have for news, ladies and gentlemen. So we have, it's kind of crazy.
Gunny's conspiracies.
Gunny's changing sides again. Okay, Gunny.
Sorry. No, I know. I just wanted to get that out there. I know. Don't hate me, guys. I really want the Series X and the PlayStation this year. I want to play. I want to play the new Spider-Man game. Even though it's not a AAA title. I know it's just not a full AAA, but just one game. Come on, can we come out with a little more for November? Either way, I just want to play more stuff, more awesome stuff.
Hey, pro tip: Cyberpunk will play better on your PC.
Yeah, actually it will. And I watched a video on that today. Ooh, it was some PC stuff with Digital Foundry. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, but moving on, guys, to the console corner. We're just speaking about consoles. PlayStation. So we're nearing the end of June. I don't think we find out anything for what's in the beginning of July for PlayStation. So, or I didn't gather that information. So you can still play. Still pick up for free if you've got PlayStation Plus, Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Call of Duty World War II. And moving over to the Xbox One, your games for gold for, I didn't change the date in here, but it is for July. So maybe by the time you hear this, or tomorrow, listeners, or the next day, you can go pick up WRC8 FIA World Rally Championship. And the older game that you get, Games for Gold, is Saints Row 2. Ooh, there's a good one. Never really played Saints Row 2. Kind of dabbled in it, but 3 and 4 are much better. Yeah. But go pick it up anyway. It's free. Go claim it. And for your Xbox Game Pass games that I recommend, Observation. I haven't played it, but hey, I recommend it still. I played a game similar to that not too long ago. I will get into Observation. I want to see what that's like. And Streets of Rogue. Anybody played this?
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah, it's funny. I just fired it up before the podcast, and the writing is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, the game has changed. Actually, it changed quite a bit since it first came out. When I had it when it first came out, they had just a few characters, and then they introduced a lot more characters, and then the game changed again, where some of them were like unlockable characters. So, like, I went through these different little modes, basically, of having these, people created, and I'm like, oh, cool, it adds variety to the game, and then they became locked characters you had to get to. And I haven't played it recently, but it's been fun on the PC. It's an entertaining little game, and it has co-op, so you can play 2 people. So, and each person had their own low ability. I remember there was one I really liked. He was a comedian, and you could just walk up to people on the map, and you would hit a button, and it would tell them like a joke, and you couldn't tell what the joke was, and they would either like it or dislike it. And if they liked it, they would join your little posse, and they would kind of help protect you. But if they didn't like it, they'd immediately attack you and try to kill you.
Oh, that's funny. And that's
so
what
like
I gathered from the writing of this
you
game.
could try to build a little army of people to help you, or they would just try to kill you. But when somebody tried to kill you, you would kill them back. But there'd be people around, and then it'd alert the police and stuff. So then the police are after you, and things would go wrong. So it was like a roll of a dice every time you wanted to try to bring somebody in. It's kind of entertaining, though.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, just starting it up, and then this one character, right? Like, you're not sure who it is. Like, literally when you start the game, and then you're talking to somebody else on the left, and the other guy explodes, like spontaneously combust. I probably said that wrong, but it was like, whoa, just what happened? Like, he just exploded. Oh, he exploded from excitement.
Yeah.
I was like, that just made me laugh. It's a funny game. But moving over to your Epic Store, the awesome Epic Store, you have 2 free games this week. AER, capitals, Memory of Old. I'm not sure what that game is, but I did claim it. And Stranger Things 3. So probably some spoilers in there if you haven't seen season 3 of Stranger Things. But looks like a beat 'em up, another 32-bit game.
Oh, I know it's been around for a little while, but
yeah, it's been around for a little bit. I know it came out. I want to say it came out on Steam first, and then it probably just I assume it came to Xbox Game Pass or somewhere.
I think there's a mobile version of it too that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I remember Michelle talking about that game. So yeah, it's been a while. And for Steam, any free games, I couldn't find anything. They failed this week.
Not that I know of.
So jack shit is free on Steam. And that is it for your free stuff, your consoles, and your awesome launchers. We are now moving on to the Brian Community Questions section.
Yes, our new segment.
Thank you for your questions, Brian. Oh, we do have one other one here. It is from the awesome Nipron. And he has a question here, guys. It is, what's the one game that you have to force people to play at least once in their lifetime? That one game you would have people play.
If I had to pick one, like off the top of my head, my first answer would be Beat Saber. If VR was the number one option, if you had VR there to be played, Beat Saber would be right up there.
Beat Saber's good. Boy, this is a curveball. What would maybe? Yeah. And I always stick with Minecraft, don't I? When I say that, right? I was just watching a video of me from 8 years ago with me and my son playing Minecraft because my wife shared it on Facebook, and I was like, "That is so cute! It's a great moment in time," But maybe something else. I'm just thinking maybe. Yeah. What about? Another amazing game that I talked about earlier, Detroit Become Human. So for any gamer out there that's like, I own an Xbox and I've played PC, but hey, go play Detroit Become Human. You have to play it all the way through. That'd be mine. What about you, Jesus? Anything sticks out?
About what?
About a game that you would force people to play?
Red Dead.
Yeah. Hell yeah, partner.
Hell yeah, partner. Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But moving on to the Brian Telt Jr. section for all things questions. We're just going to run through these as fast as possible, guys. And he starts off here with, what is something you have missed the most since COVID started?
Being able to go to a fucking store without being fucking judged for not wearing a mask.
Definitely.
Are you that guy, Jesus? Do you ever walk in and go, fuck, I forgot it in the car?
Yeah, a lot of times I don't even wear one, dude. Like I'll just go out and I just stay away from people, like honestly, I just stay away from people. I don't get close to people. I don't get around them. And but if I know it's a required thing, or if I remember to bring one with me, I'll wear it. I don't mind wearing one. It's not that I don't want to wear one. It's just weird, for me seeing everyone wearing a mask. Before you'd walk into a store with the mask on, people think you're robbing the fucking place.
Yes. Yeah.
Now everyone has a mask.
Get out of here.
Everyone has a fucking mask, People wearing ski masks and shit. People, it's kind of awkward to me seeing all these people covering up their faces. It's kind of like, what the fuck? I don't know your intentions. What are you trying to rob me or something,
It is awkward when I see where, I see everybody wearing masks, obviously. And then I'll see just somebody, it could be any age, and it's a dude, and he's wearing the hoodie, the black sunglasses, and a mask. And I'm like, What the fuck? Are you here to rob a place? Yeah.
So I feel like I'm like watching everybody's movements and shit. Like, motherfucker, what are you reaching for? Oh, you got a cell phone out. Okay. You just got a cell phone. All right, motherfucker, keep going. It's kind of weird. That's kind of what I miss the most.
Yeah, I was looking at the Unabomber people. What the fuck?
I miss the normalcy. Like shit being normal. It's just nothing feels normal ever since COVID started. The year hasn't been normal. What happened, man? I remember reading about before the coronavirus hit the U.S. I remember I was reading about it in China. I was reading all these articles about there's this new virus in China. It could be really bad. It could spread to the U.S. It could spread to the whole world. There's no cure for it. Doctors don't know what it is. And I was reading all these different articles on Reddit, on the BBC, the World News. I was reading all these different articles about new outbreaks breaking out in China and the Wuhan and all that bullshit. And I remember reading about this, and I was thinking to myself, this shit is going to come to the U.S. It's going to come here. I know it's going to come here. But I was thinking, how bad is it? How bad is it really going to be? And it's gotten here, and it's not that bad, but it's shut everything down. That's the crazy part, shit has just been shut down. Nothing feels normal ever since it hit. Nothing. Right. Everything feels so different now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Fucking COVID. COVID ruined the fucking year. COVID has ruined everything. Fuck you.
Burn it down and let's start over again. Going to a restaurant for me, any restaurant I wanted to. I mean, that was our thing Sunday. Hey, it's family day. Let's go to any restaurant. That's what I miss. we still can
Yeah.
kind of do it, but then it's like, oh, I don't want to go there because then, there's these restrictions and things like that. So we're kind of picky and choosy on where, especially, for where we want to take our son. So that's what that sucks.
Yeah, I think it's that freedom of travel too. Like for me, I had an idea of going somewhere this week with the kids, and I'm going, is that place going to be open? What's the rules? Is it only half of it open? If it's an outdoor event, like say we have these parks in like northern Ohio that are like kind of real scenic, and they got like little caverns and waterfalls and stuff like that actually. But I'm like, okay, how open is this stuff? And there's actually some old castles here that have been done, and they're like tourist sites. I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of cool to go see. But then I'm like, what's the rules and regulations right now? I don't want to drive 2 hours to see this castle and it not be open, So I'm trying to do more research online, and stuff like that. So that's kind of difficult too, trying to navigate that.
Yeah. Next one we have is, what is something that you thought you could not go without, but now go without and are pleasantly surprised?
TV. I don't, like I said, I remember when I was a while back, I'm like, it's TV. You just watch TV. That's what you did, and you just that habit. And then I pretty much lost interest in a lot of shows at that point in time. And then next thing I know, I've gone like a month with no TV. And now I watch maybe maximum an hour a month, and I just, like you, Gunny, I don't have time for it, really. I'd much rather be at my computer doing something interactive with a game or doing something on there or doing something outside or doing something besides watching the TV.
Yeah.
So, that's me.
I'm with you there, Mayo. Like, TV is a big thing, too, for me. Like, I don't really watch it much. Like, I watch what I want to watch, and that's really it. Like, I don't watch TV just to watch TV, It's kind of random. But the only place I ever watch TV is at work. Because I have one. And they usually have the fucking news on or whatever. Fucking CNN or some bullshit talking about Trump or the coronavirus. That's all they ever talk about on CNN is Trump or the coronavirus.
Yeah, they have it on at my work also.
And,
like, oh, great.
And that's why I don't even watch TV. Well, as far as like, yeah, but for me, I think it's more like Facebook. There you go. I'm not really on Facebook that much anymore. I created a second account just for gaming, just so I can comment on gaming and hit the like button on anything that I want, regarding the video game space. And that's worked out pretty good. But then I find myself like, kind of just leaning more towards Discord, and I stay away from the news. I only follow the weather. Nothing politics, really. Boring. Yeah, I'd rather follow video game stuff. Not this week, actually. The last couple of weeks has been like, holy cow, like, with all the sexual allegation stuff. But it's been a real downer, but it has to come out, right? We have to talk about it. It's a serious issue. But surprisingly, Facebook, I've really weaned myself off of it. Yeah. Moving on to the next question. Brian wants to know, will Jesus finally apologize to the PC community for his years of bashing on them for spending on their setups by claiming to be all about the console? You left us console folk for a PC. I think you did apologize, didn't you, Jesus? You apologized to the PC community, and you apologized to me personally. Thank you. I accept your apology a long time ago, Brian. He did apologize here on the show.
Yeah. No, it's kind of weird, that, it changed everything. It's kind of weird.
Who'd have thought? I'm kidding.
I'm the last one who hasn't really switched, right? I'm still sticking with the Hobo Xbox, and then
I just
the other
can't do it, man. I just can't
PlayStation
do it.
fanboy over there.
If I know that a game will look better on my PC, it's like I gotta play it on the PC now. The only reason I'm playing The Last of Us 2 on the PS4 is because it's exclusive on there. Or else I wouldn't be playing that shit on there. I'd be playing it on the PC.
You got a PC option.
Yeah. It's like now that's the only thing I need to do. We need to convince Sony to put their games on the PC all the time on launch.
Yeah.
So So I could just fucking buy everything on PC and not have to worry about consoles anymore.
Right.
Only if.
Guys, what state do you really want to visit? Is there a state out there?
I really want to go to. I'm trying to think of a state I really want to visit.
Ohio.
I want to go to Maine.
Ooh, Maine.
I'm supposed to say Ohio.
Maine. I want to go to Maine.
I want to go to Florida.
Not bad.
I want to go to the Keys.
Fuck that shit, Gunny. Fuck Florida. Fuck Florida.
Florida's. Yeah.
It's fucking hot.
Florida's got like the
Summer.
most normal
Oh my
people.
gosh, the humidity
Yeah,
out
okay.
there.
Yeah, they got the most normal people, Gunny. Yeah, right.
Either in the news it's Florida or California, right? It's like we're like the naughtiest people.
Come on, I want to go to Hawaii.
Ooh, there you go.
Never been there.
I forgot that's a state.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ohio. Hawaiian listeners, we love you.
Maybe Alaska. I'd go to visit Alaska. Why not? Alaska looks nice.
I actually had a friend of our family, their daughter just graduated high school this year, and she got a job. They did an Alaska trip, and she got a job while she was doing this Alaska trip, this vacation. And so as soon as she graduated, she flew to Alaska, and she's staying up there for 2 years, I think.
Nice.
What the fuck is she doing up there?
She's doing some kind of like tour service, like tour guide type thing up there. And that's a big step, coming straight out of high school to move into Alaska by yourself, And,
but, like there was another thing. What was I looking at? It was a video. I was watching a video somewhere, maybe Facebook. But it's about like some of the craziest jobs that people do in the world that are unique. And I didn't know this, but there's people that like live in lighthouses that their job is to keep these lighthouses working. And like they live on this fucking island for like a year at a time. You like legit just move there. You just go and live on this fucking island by yourself. And it's you and another person and you, both of you live on this island and
just trading shifts.
You just trade shifts. Yeah, literally like one person goes to sleep for 8 or 10 hours or whatever. Then you have 2 hours of free time. And then the other person's working the whole time you're doing that. The other person's on the radio with the Coast Guard or whatever, doing like the weather updates and all that shit, and like the lighthouse, make sure it's working. And then you switch shifts. You switch with that person, and then you sit there for 8 hours, play video games, watch a movie, make sure the lighthouse, I think it's like I think they said every hour or 90 minutes or something, they have to check in with the Coast Guard to like check like for storms or whatever. But that's it. It's like on the clock thing. You just go check in real quick. Hey, what's the weather? What's the visibility like? You tell them you can see 10 miles out. You can see this, that. The wind is blowing this direction. Blah, blah, blah. And then that's it. Fucking work. I don't know if I could do that for a year, man. That's fucking crazy. Just
can you imagine that'd be like having a roommate picked for you too?
Yeah,
you have to have this person. You have to hope to get along with that person.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you were stuck on an island with somebody you hated for a year or whatever?
Yeah, like the people said that like I think they said like every year when you sign up for the job, you sign up for like so long. You say like I want to do this for the year, so you do it for the year, and then I think you get like so many days off. Once the year ends, like you get like a week or 2 off, and then you can re-sign up again for it and go back. And keep doing it. It's like, fuck all that, dude. I think that would drive me crazy. Like and the islands they're not like big islands. It's like a tiny fucking island with like just one lighthouse on it, and like fucking constantly being rained on, and fucking waves are crashing in on it, and like, I don't know if I could do all that, dude.
I could do it because you figured you would just play video games all the time, right?
You wouldn't have internet.
Well, yeah. Well, you probably got to have internet, I would assume.
You probably
depends on where you're at.
Slow ass internet, probably.
Right.
Because still, like
satellite internet that has a cap. Data cap.
The only thing I'd be concerned about, guys, is like you figure after like 6 months, and I got to keep calling whoever the Coast Guard or whatever. I'd probably just get on the radio, and call the Coast Guard after 6 months and be like, "They're taking B. Go to Charlie, you asshole." And sorry, everything's 1017 here.
You're gonna be on this island, and you're gonna have this data cap, and your roommate's gonna use all the data in one night.
Right, you're gonna fight it out, right? Throw him off the lighthouse,
Yeah. Oh no, I think they said like every like they said every month. So like for a month, right? Like you have to plan out your meals. So you have to say like, okay, on this day I'm gonna eat like for breakfast I want cereal, for lunch I want the sandwich, and for dinner I'm gonna eat chicken. So then you plan out your meals, and then like every month the Coast Guard flies in a helicopter and they drop off your fucking food for the month, whatever you put on this list. So like if you put on the list, I need a Playboy magazine, but they could only carry so much weight with the helicopter, because they're carrying these crates with the helicopter. So there could be so much weight on there. So if you get a lot of like juice, you won't get a lot of food. Like get a lot of water, you can't have a lot of food. So you got to balance it. You got to balance everything out.
Like a boat full of beer, that would be great.
No, they don't bring in boats. The way you get to the island is you get on there with like a little raft. Okay, you have to you literally drive a little raft up to the island and you get out there by yourself. And then once you're there, there's nobody that's out there. Like there's no boat on the island. You're stuck there. And then the Coast Guard flies in food every month. They drop off these crates on a helicopter and then they drop off your food. And if you eat all your food in like a week, then you have no food for 3 weeks.
If they saw my Spank Bank collection, I mean, somebody would probably be like, what the?
Gunny, why did you decide to bring 1,000 magazines and no food this month?
Again, that whole roommate thing, they eat all your food.
I
know you ate my food, you bastard.
Well, it's late on a Thursday. I was by myself.
Used all the data in one shot, watched one video.
Yeah,
over and over again.
That's fucking funny, dude. But yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Anyways, what question were we on here?
Next one was, what is a show you have rewatched since the lockdown?
So there's been a few. I like to watch Rick and Morty, and I've kind of rewatched that. I've caught up now with almost the entire new season because I just bought it. It was like $22 on Amazon for season 5. I just bought it, and holy shit, mind blown, dude. Mind fucking blown. Like this last episode I watched, the end of the episode, I was like, holy shit, this is nuts. That show is fucking cool. I love Rick and Morty. And what else do I watch? I like to watch Hell's Kitchen.
Oh yeah.
I've said this before. I've been watching Hell's Kitchen, and right now I'm watching the All-Star season where they bring back like all the black jackets that didn't make it or whatever, but they were black jackets. That's a cool season. I was surprised to see that. Yeah, I'm watching that one now, so like it's like pretty cool. You're seeing all the the old people, coming back, and some of them are like really old because they were like way before, like 10 years ago on the show, and then some are still like super young because they were just on the show like last year or 2 years ago. So it's kind of cool to see all of them come back. It's kind of crazy to see how big the one chef became. The one girl, what's her name? Chef Christina. Remember how she was like on season 13 or 10 or some shit where she was like one of the quiet ones, and then she won the competition, and now she runs like all of his restaurants in Las Vegas. That's fucking crazy, dude. You know what I mean? To go from like being a competitor on a fucking TV show to running all of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. That's pretty fucking big deal. But yeah, I did
get to visit before the lockdown. I got to visit the one in Lake Tahoe, so that was a great experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that show. Hell's Kitchen is the shit, dude. Hell's Kitchen, Rick and Morty, and then that's really.
I have a guilty pleasure, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
I like SpongeBob. I didn't get the new game, but yeah, I do like watching SpongeBob.
It's on sale on the Steam sale.
Rehydrated.
Yeah, or something like that. Go get it. Go get it, Gunny.
I should get that since I like the show. I'm an old guy who likes SpongeBob, but my kid, he's born to Rick and Morty still. I'm stuck at SpongeBob. I mean, Rick and Morty is great. I do periodically watch with him. Anything from you, Mayo, as far as TV shows? Or
No.
There. Mayo, do you watch Paramount Network? And is it cool or tacky that they only show commercials of their own shit?
What's on the Paramount Network? I don't know.
Paramount
So
movies,
that's a channel that I'm not subscribed to. So every time I go to it on my Comcast thing, I'm like, fuck, it's not part of my.
You know what? You know what's funny?
Package.
Last night I was on because I have a Vizio TV in the bedroom, and I launched the Vizio like the app bullshit where it shows all your apps and channels. Well, Vizio has like their own like TV channels. They have like free channels on Vizio that you can watch on your TV as long as it's connected to the internet. It's like free TV or whatever. But then they also have like the Prime apps and all that bullshit, Netflix. But then they also had like this that Paramount bullshit. It said like Paramount Pictures or something, and it was like, click here to watch free Paramount movies. It's like, what? And I thought about clicking on it, but I was like, no, like, what the fuck is a Paramount movie? Like, what's good? I guess there's been a lot of movies made by Paramount, but I can't remember any recent ones that were made by Paramount.
Yeah, wasn't, I don't know if, I think Star Trek moved over to CBS or something, but I thought it was a Paramount thing at one time.
Who knows? But it says like Paramount Pictures or something. That's what the channel was called. It was like, watch free movies. I was like,
they've got their own stuff on.
Weird.
On my network that I'm not subscribed to. But
Anyways.
guys, do you think Cyberpunk is enough to make people buy the new console on a release date?
No,
I do.
I think. Well, if okay, but assuming it was an exclusive, they would sell consoles like hotcakes on whatever. Even if it was on both, like, it is on both, but you know what I mean? It would definitely, I think that game is obviously it's done, it's completed. And yes, I believe it's coming out in November. But it's not going to be on the new consoles because new consoles won't be out till March, in my opinion. But, yeah.
I know what Jesus is thinking. He's thinking he's going to play it on PC, so that's why he's not interested. But if I didn't have the PC option, I would definitely wait and buy a new console to get the best version.
I would too.
As long as they released around the same time. If it was say Cyberpunk came out 2 months before I could get my hands on a PlayStation or an Xbox, then I probably would just do it. But if it was available at the same time and I had to, okay, I can go buy a new PlayStation 5 right now, the first game I would probably pick up would be Cyberpunk. So,
yeah, there's just been so much hype. I think this is, obviously we've seen this so many times, right? You would think people would be angry at this point, but they're not, right? They just keep saying delayed. And people are like, oh man, I can't wait. Let's just keep going with the hype, right? That's how much people are excited for this game. And is it an Epic exclusive or is it going to be available on Steam day one?
I don't know.
Guess we'll find out. So next question. What old adage do you think holds true? Like if you got big feet, if you got a big dingle. I got big feet.
Ooh.
People make fun of my feet sometimes. My shoes.
I don't know. What? I don't know what holds true. What holds true? I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's an old adage, isn't it?
I'm trying to think of one. Like, what are the
wasn't there like the carrots would help you see better in the dark? I remember hearing that as a kid. But
carrots help your vision or whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
Actually, I can't think of an old adage. Let's see. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Next question. Have you learned a new talent or hobby since the COVID lockdown?
No. No, fuck no. Oh, shit. Who the fuck has
Jesus
time for
learned
that?
how to work all the time.
Yeah, I got a new job.
Yeah,
more work.
Yeah.
I learned a new job and way more work. Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah.
That's a new talent you've learned, Jesus.
Yeah, fuck you, Gunny. You asshole.
Damn it, instead of just standing in front of a stupid machine all day, now you're like in front of big ass machines. No, I'm pretty much doing the same job, even though I switched jobs and like it's still the same exact thing. So
that's kind of crazy, Gunny. We both switched jobs
at the same time, huh?
I know, at the same time. Yeah. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy.
But next one, if you had to get a COVID tattoo, what would it be?
A face mask.
That's what I was going to say. I'm not sure
what?
where.
Like literally, it would be a face tat or a face mask.
Like a face mask on my, I don't know, on my arm or something. I don't know. It said 2020 on it or something. I don't know. COVID.
Mine would be like what is it? What is those like biohazard warning stickers or something?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Like I would get that on my neck.
Oh shit, on your neck! Oh my god! Like you see Gunny with the neck tattoo, Mayo.
I was thinking he was going to tell us that he was going to get one of his abdomen that said 6 feet.
Oh, there you go. 6
Right.
feet.
6'4"? No, big feet. No, the yeah, it would definitely be that. No, but that I would just get that tat. Be like, this is. I can tell my grandkids, back to 2020 when the world sucked.
This is from the COVID wars.
COVID wars, yeah. It was shit. There was fires and brimstone and hell. Yeah, we had riots and everything. No groceries. Now that you're playing, Fallout 105, we had Fallout 76. Back then. Yeah. Next question: would you consider writing in the Mayo as your presidential vote? I would.
I would, of course.
I would.
A lot of presidents come from Ohio, right? And President Mayo.
Mayo.
You would authorize
Presidente
everyone-
Mayo.
I would send free PCs to everybody.
Yeah. School would be free.
Mayo's stimulus package.
You get a graphics card.
The Mayo stimulus package would be like a GPU signed by him being sent to your house.
Mayo approved.
Mayo approved.
President sent me a motherboard.
What did the president send you? He sent me a GPU. Oh, look at this shit. He sent me a motherboard. Just send different people of the household, different parts of the build it together.
Then build it as a family up.
You would be the best president ever, I swear. Random gifts from
That's funny.
President Mayo. That would be sweet. Yeah. What job do you think you could never do?
I know for a fact I can never be like a sea captain, or I can never be like a Coast Guard. I hate the ocean. Fuck the ocean. You'll never catch me in the ocean.
Where's your sea legs, Jesus? Get your sea legs
Nope.
out.
Never. No
Deep
idea.
dive, Jesus, right now.
I've seen the storms, man. They make those big ass cruise ships look like nothing, like a tin can. I've seen those fucking storms when the fucking huge ass waves hit the fucking ships and make them rock, dude. Oh hell no.
What was
Fuck
that movie with oh my gosh, where they go out and they're on that like fishing boat, and it was like the first major one that they made, and where basically they get caught up in that storm, and it obviously they all died, but it was up in Alaska. I thought the movie was dumb as hell, in my opinion. Apparently it was like based on a true story. But they were like, yeah, we're just going to push through this storm. And like, they were all looking at each other like, we know we're all going to die, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's nuts.
All right, guys, we can turn around right now. Or we can just
Or
go
we
through
turn
this
around. What do you want to do? And they
storm.
were like, fuck it. Let's go.
Go through the storm and die. What do you guys want to do right now? Let's go to the storm and die. Yeah, fuck yeah. America, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's the part that I thought was dumb. And I'll
Stupid-ass
never watch
fucking
that
people.
movie again.
People are fucking dumb.
The other one was Christian Atcher. What the hell's remember he was like that diving dude up in, like, he was in a Coast Guard movie, like he could super deep dive, like really like low depths. And yeah, that movie, like, for me was like, you're like, man, it was like I was getting panic attacks.
Okay. Yeah,
So probably
fuck
something
that.
I could
couldn't
do.
do that. Nope.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that. Or I could never be like a surgeon. I just don't
That's
have.
what I was thinking about. Like,
I don't have the ability to like I don't have, I guess, the stomach to see someone like cut open like that and fucking pull out their guts and just, like knowing if you fuck up,
Yeah.
that person's dead. I cut the wrong thing. Oops, oh, he's dying. Oh fuck.
yeah, I don't have a soft stomach either, but I don't think I could do that. Like
I
that's a
know.
little different.
I think maybe I could see you as a mortician.
Well,
I could do
You could
that.
definitely see
over-
Mayo in there trying to perform some kind of autopsy, eating a ham sandwich at the same time.
No. No, fuck no.
While I'm president.
shot.
Oh no.
It's a good sandwich, by the way. No.
But yeah. Fuck all
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any other than just those jobs that we talked about. Yeah, I can't do any of those. What crazy food thing have you seen Sean Iams make that you want to try yourself?
He's done some pretty dumb shit. Let me think of something that he's done in the past. I don't know. I can't think of one right now. I'm sure there's something.
I know it's on the tip of my tongue.
Didn't he make like one time?
Lately,
One time he made like mac and cheese burritos or something, and I was like, that wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be too bad. But maybe I saw the mac and cheese burritos somewhere else, so I don't know if it was him or somebody else. But it was like mac and cheese.
Something
So good.
food related that he shared.
Yeah, I remember him sharing something once too, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds really good." But the one thing I actually did try, just because I had the means and the resources, I guess, is you mentioned using an air fryer to reheat your pizza. So I went ahead and tried that. I actually made a pizza for my daughter with an air fryer.
Did it work?
Yeah, it made a little bit of a mess in the fryer, but it cleaned up. Like I have this one. I have this big, like 6-quart Ninja air fryer. It's like a pressure cooker, air fryer, broiler, all in one. And I just put it in there and put it on a rack, and cooked it fine. It just, it melted a little bit into the crock pot part, and I just had to clean that out. But yeah, it worked.
Cool. So on to the next question, Mayo. Have you ever been canoeing?
No. I wouldn't mind it. There's a lot of people that do it here.
Being in Oregon, there's like rivers everywhere, dude. Oregon has so many rivers. Like literally, probably like every mile you drive, there's a river. Like no kidding. Like there's a fucking river in my town. Pretty much a river in every fucking city in Oregon. And I've never been canoeing.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the water, you probably will never.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It's probably a water thing.
You probably never catch me doing it. But I may do it. I don't know. I may try it.
Are you a good swimmer? Is that why you hate water?
No, I'm not a good swimmer.
Neither am I.
And it's just something about the water not knowing what's underneath the surface that creeps me out. It creeps me the fuck out. I've been in rivers before, and like something will go by my leg, and I freak the fuck. I'm like, oh fuck! Fucking anaconda's gonna kill me.
Where a fish swims against your foot.
The anaconda's gonna get me. Fuck! Like I freak the fuck out, man. No way. Can you imagine an ocean, like being in an ocean, like a whale swimming next to you all of a sudden or something? Oh, that would be so fucking
it's creepy
scary.
enough when I'm kind of like you. I'm not a big fan of, I like the ocean. I like the beach. I find it relaxing.
Yeah.
But being in the water is a different story.
Yeah.
When you get in the ocean and you're out there and it's like chest high and you're getting hit with the waves, I'm like, all right,
Yeah, like something.
I'm gonna get a little closer. Yeah. And then the dad and you kind of starts, you have your kids with you, so you kind of watching your kids, and it becomes more stress and it becomes relaxation for me.
Oh,
because
totally,
I'm like making sure the kids are good, making sure I'm good, making sure everything is in place and working right,
Yeah, man, that's scary shit. I remember I never brought the story up in the past, but I remember the first time I flew with my daughter, and she was maybe 1 year old or 2 years old at the time. We were flying to Vegas to visit family, so it was me and my ex and my kid. We get on this airplane. My ex, she's never flown before at this time, so I'm like telling her like it's fun. Like I love flying. Flying is cool. I've done it plenty of times. It's like one of my favorite things to do is to fly. So we got on the plane, right? And like, dude, I've never had a flight worse in my life than that fucking flight. Cause like in the middle of the flight, it was like a night flight. So like the middle of the flight, we ran into like a thunderstorm. So like there's thunder and lightning outside and shit. And like the plane is kind of like fucking, like doing that shit in the, when they drop a little bit and they keep flying and they're kind of like rattling, and the pilot's like, oh yeah, we're just seeing a little bit of turbulence, no big deal, we're gonna fly right through this shit, just like no big deal, right? Dude, I was fucking sweating. I was sitting there holding my kid like, holy shit, we're gonna die. The fuck did I bring my kid on this plane? Like I legit, dude, thought we were gonna die. I've never been like so fucking stressed out and had so much anxiety. Like I was sweating, dude. I was like freaking the fuck out. Like the stewardess came by, she's like, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm not fucking okay. Like, she's like, don't worry, we'll be fine. I'm like, no, we're going to die. I was freaking the fuck out, dude. And like, that fucking flight, oh man, that time, like, holy shit. I never felt worse. And it was just like, that thought, like, you know, like being a dad, and all of a sudden you're like, holy fuck, what if this plane crashes right now? You know, what the fuck am I going to do? It was bad. It was pretty bad.
Why is there a bottomless snowman in the right side of the wing, you know? And it's dark when it's thunder and lightning out there. What's he doing? He's eating one of the engines. What the fuck?
Oh, it was scary. I had to close
What about you, Gunny?
I had to close the window and everything. Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. What about you, Gunny? Have you ever been canoeing?
I've been rafting, but it's always been like several other people in a canoe. But no, I've never been in like an actual canoe. The one that like, you ever seen the ones that are like a single and it just, you know, the thing kind of wraps around you? Yeah. I've never been in a canoe. Always a raft.
Those seem kind of dangerous, right? The ones that like wrap around you. Because when you flip over, what if you
If
flip
you get
over?
turned upside down, like you got to be trained to like right yourself up, and I'd be afraid I'd drown.
I'd be stuck upside down, like, oh shit, I can't turn myself.
Yeah. When I was younger, my brother and I, my parents had a boat, and we would go out boating all the time, and we would go tubing, and our goal was to see how fast we could dump the other person, and we would get that boat going full speed, and then hit a corner hard as we could, so you could whip that person, you know, sideways across the waves, and that hurt so bad, and that was probably so dumb.
Yeah.
That was some rough stuff. You hit them, you find the wake of another boat, and then you turn into it, and you know, and you get them airborne, and you're trying to hang on for dear life, and good times.
Oh man,
Good times.
That's the closest I've ever been to canoeing. Probably way worse, but
Mayo did that redneck canoeing in Ohio.
yeah. And the Maumee River, which is a river that runs through Ohio, that's not the healthiest looking river. You know, put it that way.
Next question. What's a TV series you've seen a commercial for and thought, hell, I got to go watch that? But then when you did, you watched it, then it just sucked donkey balls.
Space Force.
Oh, is that show sucks?
Oh, I think it kind of does.
Yeah, I've only seen like reviews on it.
I've seen like the first episode and it didn't catch me. Maybe I got to rewatch it or something. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Some people are like, hey, look, don't come in expecting like it to be Office quality. You know, and that's really.
I guess maybe that's what I thought it would be like. Because I recently just rewatched The Office like not that long ago again. You know, and like I rewatched that whole thing, and going into this, it was completely different.
Yeah, different writers on it. Some of the same actors. Yeah. Is there anything that makes you want to buy a new console, launch day or pre-order?
No.
No, so that's why they're not coming out until next year, Brian. Right? There's no exclusives, basically. No exclusives this year.
True.
Everything is 2021, so yeah. Except for Spider-Man, I know. But not a... All right, I'm going to stop on that one. Who, if they ghosted you, would piss you off the most?
Who,
Jesus.
if they ghosted
you?
Jesus. If you ghosted me, I'd be pissed.
You'd be pissed, Gunny?
Yeah.
I don't know who.
It'd be you.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, because if it would bother me that much, it would make me really mad or piss me off. It'd have to be somebody really close friend of mine, and then...
Even then, I wouldn't really give a shit. I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. You don't want to talk to me? Okay. Yeah. Fuck you, Gunny. I'm going to ghost you now.
No, fuck you. Okay, I would be pissed if you ghosted me.
Jesus, we'll do the show together.
We'll just like record it without Gunny at all. Like, don't even tell him we recorded it. Just record it.
We'll record early on a Thursday night.
While I'm busy, Mayo, I'd be mad at you. I'd be pissed at you. Be like, this is just fucking Jesus playing a ghost, isn't it?
This is the only time. This is the only time we know Gunny's busy somewhere where he's wanting to be somewhere private.
Yeah, on a Thursday.
And you guys be like, it was the best time. We knew. All right.
We don't know why you couldn't be there.
What's the longest you've gone without missing a day of work?
Probably fucking year or two, maybe. More than that, probably 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah, I've gone a long time. I would say probably maybe a year.
Probably 2 years. Maybe a year. Yeah. Can't remember. It's been a while.
I really don't take time off unless I like absolutely feel like shit, or I just really, 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 really don't feel like working that day.
Mine was always kids related, like something would come up with the kids, or I'd have to do something like that, but never for my own personal reason.
Like I've been. There's been times when I get sick sometimes. Like I don't get sick often, but when I do, sometimes it really fucks me up, like a really bad flu or a cold or something, where I'll be like super fucked up, and then I will stay home. But other than that, I'm fine. Okay.
Yeah, I knock on wood. I get a cold every 2 years, and the flu like it very, very rarely. Like I think I've had a flu shot maybe twice in my life, so very fortunate. And yeah, like I just can remember that time, like when I had the flu, it was like, fuck, I just can't make it to work. I feel horrible.
Your body hurts. You got a fucking fever. You're coughing. You're sweating. You're cold.
Yeah, you can barely stand up in the morning. Yeah. And my job is very physical, so it was like, yeah, I can't come in.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hey, what do you think the easiest sport is? Brian thinks it's auto racing. I say it's golf.
I'm so bad at golf. I tried it one time. Yeah, no.
Like
come on, man, that would be the easiest
sport to do.
Bowling.
Bowling.
Bowling's considered a sport, and anybody can pick up bowling.
Yeah, that's true. Bowling is pretty. Yeah, I'm with Mayo on this one. Bowling is pretty easy. Even if you suck, you're still playing the sport. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like even along with golf or
eventually in bowling, no matter how bad you are, eventually you can get a strike. Eventually.
Yeah.
No matter how bad you are. You could be the worst. Eventually you'll get lucky and throw the ball down the middle. Right?
Or you just gutter it all the time like me. No, I'm not terrible at it. It feels like it's something that's for all ages almost. Like hell, even if you're 18 or 70 years old, you could probably be good at bowling or golf.
You could probably still drive a car though. You're that old. You drive a car pretty fast.
Yeah, but I've been to one NASCAR race. One of my old jobs when I was like fresh out of high school, I did some work in a grocery store. I was like a grocery manager, and General Mills gave me free tickets to Indianapolis for a NASCAR race at Indy. And you would not believe how fast them cars go when you're there in person, watching these cars going, is that fast. They're really moving. So
yeah, you're right, Mayo, because they probably passed me since I only do 55.
I mean, I try to stay double nickel fast. I've drove fast in a car before. I grew up with sports cars, and I many a times in the country roads of Ohio have been at 150 mile an hour plus, and it's still these guys in these tracks. They're running consistently, 170, and they're 6 inches apart from each other is pretty insane.
Nuts. Turning left the whole time.
Go fast and turn left. Yeah.
If you had a statue made for you, what would it be?
For podcasting. Or gaming.
It would be, what would the statue be, or why would you have a statue? That's the question.
No, if you had one made, right?
If I had a statue made, it'd be a giant mayo jar. It'd just say mayo. That's all it would do. It'd just say mayo.
That would be a mayonnaise statue. There's probably one out there already.
Let's Google that. Mayo.
Mayo.
I'm going to find it.
Mayo jar statue?
Mayo statue.
It better be in Ohio.
I'm looking at some statues right now. These are not Mayo statues. These are like from Spanish. Mayo. Some guy named Mayo. The Earl of Mayo. Richard Burke. The Earl of like a Mayo jar statue.
Earl of Sandwich. That's a real thing.
There is no Mayo statue, Mayo.
Hey, you'd be the first.
I'm looking at Mayo jars. You're right.
I don't know. For me, it'd be an old guy in a combat helmet holding a video game controller.
Gunny Chief.
Old man gamer. Gunny.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to think of one. What would you have, Jesus? What would Jesus have? Damn, I don't know. Maybe just I don't know. What do you? I know. I'm just trying to think of one like something
I don't know
really
either,
good.
Gunny. I don't know, Gunny.
Next question: what game do you like to play at casinos? For me, it's slot machines.
Slot machine game. Yeah, you just press a button.
There you go.
You just press
Simple.
a button, and then fucking win or you don't win, and then you press it
It's
again.
the easiest game.
Yeah, max bet, bitch. And you fucking press the button, and then you just keep going.
Yeah, I always think I'm like fooling somebody. I'll come in there with like, hey, I'm playing the nickel machine, but I'll max bet and it's a quarter. Like I could just go play the quarter machines.
Same here. Same
Right?
here,
I'm playing 25 cents all at once. It's all on the table.
All in.
Oh shit.
And after I lose like $80, I'm like, I'm gonna go back and play video games.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Yeah, I rarely ever gamble, but slots for me. Oh, here's a good one. What would your Tinder profile pickup line be? For me, it would be, let me be your hand sanitizer and face mask.
Oh shit, Gunny.
Hey.
I don't know. I was thinking something about the coronavirus too, but I can't think of one right now.
Let me no. Try not to be crazy here, but I love video games. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would say I try to incorporate something with Mayo, but it might not get very PG. It could get changed real quick.
Yeah, Mayo's would probably be something. What's your favorite keyboard brand or something? I don't know. Be like, what the hell? Who is this guy? Let's see. I think we got the last one here. Last question. Would you consider going to Joe Exotic's cat park?
I probably would not.
I know who this person is. I've never actually seen a video of. I think that's the TV show that's on Netflix.
Tiger King. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen all kinds of stuff, from different various things that I've visited, but I've never actually seen one video. It's all been pictures of him and his wife and the TV show. But I thought, yeah, I would go there. I don't know. Should I not, guys? Because I've never seen the show, or probably no. Just from what's been on social media.
I haven't seen the show either, so I don't know what's there, but
yeah. But that's all we have for questions. That's it. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian and Brian. Thank you, guys. We've reached the end. Are we doing questions again next week? We're going to take questions.
Yeah, we can take questions again next week. We need someone else besides Brian.
I think we messed up this week, man. You didn't post us as an announcement. Sometimes people didn't know.
Oh, I think he did.
No, I did. I had it. Yeah, I had it in both.
But I think we were doing so many questions of the week thing that now we're kind of getting back into community questions. So we're going to continue to do that. And get your questions in for next week's show.
I am going to check, make sure we don't have any late answers.
And I did look in Discord. I think I just didn't ask early enough because everybody's up early on the Discords. Everybody's from the East Coast. Mayo's got all those Ohio and New Jersey people. All the East Canada people over on Discord. So by the time I get there on the West Coast time, everybody's like having dinner.
Okay, cool.
But that's it. That's the end of our show.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on everything as Jesus Walks Lot. I'll be playing some more Last of Us 2 this week, as well as some more Titanfall. And Whatever I buy on Steam, maybe Battlefield or something, Battlefield 4. It's $20 on Steam right now. Just play that.
Battlefield 4 is so good. Yeah, go find me on the Xbox and Uplay Store and Steam under Gunny Chief. Over on the PlayStation, where I'm playing The Last of Us and Star Trek Bridge Crew and other stuff. I am HGP_Gunny. Mayo, where do we find you?
Yeah, you're gonna find me on, Steam, and right now on the Ubisoft launcher playing that Far Cry 5, getting some fun in there. And that is have some multiplayer. You're gonna find me as the Mayo 1, and then you're gonna find me on Discord as the Mayo. But yeah, playing some more Far Cry 5, maybe a little bit of Xbox Game Pass games here again this week. Maybe I might have some time to jump on some West of Dead, and if you see me on there, if we're friends on there, you can hit me up. We at least get into some, a party chat and just hang out while we're playing games also.
Nice. Very nice.
Anyways, we're fucking done. We're fucking done. Let's get the fuck out of here. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. Happy 4th of July. Stay safe, everyone. Stay healthy. Fuck the Rona. We love you. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.